Round two here in Bahrain. It's the jewel in the desert, isn't it? And this is round two of ALR Gold. Wow, and well, I gotta say, I don't expect any rain here tonight. We had an awful amount of rain last week, didn't we? Goodness me. I don't think that any of the drivers actually even thought about having wet practice last week. Because goodness me, I certainly wouldn't have done anyway. Because usually when you associate Australia, you are thinking about the beautiful beaches, amazing sunshine, and of course the very big and scary spiders as well. And I gotta say, Australia's a lovely place, but that's one thing that I'm terrified of, and that's a big old spider. So we're here in Bahrain then, and of course I don't expect any rain here in Bahrain because as everyone knows about my favourite stat, it only rains 12 days a year in Bahrain. So yes, I'll be incredibly surprised if we have any rain at all here tonight in Bahrain. But you can never second guess the rain gods, can you? Let's quickly take a look at this track, shall we? 15 turn 10 was first debuted in Formula 1 back in 2004. I think it was a Ferrari 1-2 domination, wasn't it? In Bahrain 2004. Can't remember much about that. 2005 race was a bit more entertaining, wasn't it? I think it was one of the hottest races on record. 2005 was. Goodness me, if I was over there, you'd have to peel me off the tarmac there, as I would have been like a scorched egg, or maybe more keen to a roast pig, perhaps said. And you can see that the lap record there is set by Pedro Dalla Rosa, which is quite a unique, quite an unusual name to be for lap records. In the world of ALR, the lap record around here is a 27.137, which is set by Eat the Cookie. The Cookie got the Grand Slam here last season, and he got pole position, fastest lap, and the race win as well. So good stuff indeed from Cookie. In the current crop of drivers, I love this stat, by the way. I only found it out about a couple of minutes ago. In the current crop of drivers, only one driver has won this race, and that is Favre. He won it back in season 2, and that's the last time he won an ALR event. So can Favre get back on the top step of the podium? That is the question. Only one person has ever taken pole position on the current crop of grid as well, and that is Jonathan Cox back in season 3 as well. So something has got to give tonight, and or perhaps those two drivers might actually win again here tonight. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Right, in the driver standards, here it is. Knowlesy took his first ever Grand Prix win in ALR. He's won in every other car that he's set himself in, that he's sat in, that he's ever contested in, and all that kind of jazz. But in ALR, he finally won his first race last week, didn't he? In brilliant style as well. He kept himself in it to win it, didn't he? He just kept pounding around there, and keeping on to the back of the top 3. So good stuff indeed there for Knowlesy. Emerson is second at the moment, and it might have been a harsh second there. He probably was the quicker over the event then, but sometimes it's not about being the quickest, it's also about having the whole package, wasn't it? Liam, on his debut, fantastic stuff for Liam. Of course he was doing good in silver last season, but in gold he looks very much fitting in like a glove for a position for Liam. Cartboy came across the line first, but unfortunately his release of the safety car was he went before the start finish line, unfortunately, and that unfortunately didn't help him out, did it? So he's fourth, and Todd, brilliant also on his gold debut as well. Technically his second gold start. And fifth position for Todd. Dan Murphy there once again coming from the back of the field to finish sixth. Far for strong performance in seventh position. Then Milan, a great recovery after him and his teammate came to blows, which wasn't very good there from both those drivers, unfortunately. But hopefully they can have a better race here tonight. Diego also getting the final points, while Echo did get 2 points last time for a Haas team as well. In the constructor standings, it looks like this at the moment. Then Racing Point are leading there, 8 points in front of Renault in second, and the defending constructors champions. Alfa Romeo is third with Mercedes fourth. AlphaTauri is fifth. Sixth position is the Williams team. McLaren is seventh, and Haas are eighth. And already we've got 8 out of 10 teams that have scored points. The only 2 teams not to score so far is the Ferrari and also the Red Bull as well. And so Mr. Elite and Dodgy is going to have to really pull their socks up here tonight, aren't they? And the same with the Red Bull pairing of Walker and Gunnar as well. We've got a new championship as well this season, and that is the we're just watching Milan there, just cruising very cautiously out of the pit at the moment. In the we got a new extra additional table this season as well. It's the Joint Constructors Championships, of course. So that is the combined points of gold and silver then for each team then. So at the moment, and that's Mercedes who are leading the top of that by 19 points in front of Renault a second. Then Racing Point a third. AlphaTauri is currently fourth, and McLaren a fifth. Alfa Romeo 6th, and Ferrari is 7th. 8th is Williams, Haas 9th, and Red Bull is in 10th position as well then. So yeah, very good stuff indeed then. And all 10 teams have scored then, if you combine both the constructors out from the gold and silver. So Milan currently on track at the moment, and he got off the mark with the points last time, but unfortunately, as we mentioned, him and his teammate came to blows at the Brundle turn. Hopefully they can stay away from each other here tonight as well. Let me quickly go through the comment, shall we? Chaza, good luck gold then. We've also got Gamer as well, of course. Gamer, a race winner, 2-time race winner in silver now. He is also saying good luck as well. Ayrton, a silver driver. Hello Sean. Hello Ayrton, hope you're having a lovely day, and I love you too. Total Peas, good luck lads. And Total Peas, a former race winner, 2-time Grand Prix winner in ALR gold, and of course he is also very quick in silver and bronze as well. Emerson, hello Sean, hope you're well. I am very well, thank you, Emerson. Sloth saying good luck gold, go and be a great race. Lewis Williams, good evening Sean, hope you had your monster tonight then. Indeed I have, and I've got to say, well actually I haven't actually, I've actually broke open the can of Coke here tonight then, and that is why I'm watching the McLaren now, because I think they used to be sponsored by, they are still sponsored by the Coca-Cola brand then as well. Good stuff. We have got Superior League racing. Let's go Lewis Williams for the win then. Second race in the gold then. Jonathan Cox, good evening. Sean Becker, good evening. Hello. And we've also got Sarah Smusher, even though far for the Williams win then as well. So as we're on board there with Milan, and he is just flicking it up the top of the course then, and of course Bahrain is also going to be opening the first Grand Prix of 2021 in F1 after Australia was postponed, unfortunately. And we're also hearing as well that a lot of the street circuits as well is going to be probably postponed as well, the likes of Monaco, Azerbaijan, and even Montreal, Canada, which it really breaks my heart to hear Montreal not going to be on the calendar once again then. Absolutely devastating by that, but unfortunately that's how the world is at the moment, isn't it? Where all kinds of stuff going on there. Also, as we just watched Milan now just building up across turn 12, that is the crucial turn on this circuit. Why is that? I hear said it's a very quick corner, but if you get it wrong, you're going to be crashing in a big way. We've seen a lot of drivers past and present now that have gone into the wall quite heavily as well, as Milan now is coming down into the final turn then. Only 18 cars then here tonight on the grid then. Here comes Milan then. 3 DRS zones around here, just like Australia. Milan goes fast. He throws the gauntlet down over 1:25, 1:59 then. Good stuff indeed there from Milan. A free time at pole sitter in of his own right then. Good stuff then. I think Dodgy is the second man on track. There he is then. We've also got another Ferrari of Mr. Lee, who's also on an outlap motor then. I think Gunnar is just out and about as well. I'm just taking a look to see if I don't miss anyone. So we're on board. I think it's Kart Boy who's just in front of us. Indeed he is then. He crossed the line first in Australia. Unfortunately though for Kart Boy, is overtaken under safety car was not a bona fide, was it? Which is a big shame there. A big shame there as well. So we're now flying down into turn 14 and 15 now. This is class as a 2 corners on the track map. It really isn't, is it? Because as long as you're not Alex Albon, you shouldn't get that one too wrong there. But so really, you should be out of the danger zone and away by turn 15. And Kart Boy has gone third fast set, but Dodgy is now into second at the moment, and it's a second start in the ALR for Dodgy. Hopefully he can have a stronger performance in that last one in Australia. Australia is not a traditional race circuit though, is it? Bahrain is, and he's gone. Oh goodness me, he's 90 degrees there. As I got to say, very luckily he didn't have too much speed there on the car, for that could have been quite dangerous indeed. So McLaren 1-2 at the moment is Indian Jesus on those medium tyres, and goodness me, I haven't got me bits and bobs up yet. Oh gosh. Indian Jesus there is currently second at the moment. He is on the medium tyres at the moment. Good stuff indeed there from Indian Jesus as well. Let's take a flick around to see who else are there. VTOD there. Of course, we've used him in silver there. I think he only ever missed 2 silver races in his career. VTOD is, I gotta say, he's absolutely amazing, isn't he? VTOD is, I think his qualifying performance is a second to none. He's incredible, isn't he? This man is. I'm expecting him to have at least 1 pole position this season. Yes, it is a big step up from gold to silver then, but VTOD just seems to get quicker and quicker as he gets used to the cars out there. So expecting big things from VTOD again here tonight. We're on board with Emerson then, as he is just coming down the back straight, and that's the second of 2. Sorry, that's the third of the 3 DRS zones then. Yellow flag and says Mr. Elite's teammate and Alcabusha. Here is Mr. Elite and one half of the Constructors World Champions there for the Renault team. Good stuff indeed there, as he has just gone third fast. He was second, but Cartboy has just quickly eclipsed him and moved up into second as well as V-Top. Oh no, V-Top then, just as I was complimenting him, I have really put him in the wall. Oh no, V-Top is out of qualifying, and that is a big blow indeed then. Oh dear, V-Top then out of qualifying, and before it's even got underway. And I was expecting V-Top to be quite far up the field as well. That's a major blow, isn't it, for V-Top? He will be, that's it. He's done in qualifying, unfortunately. What a shame then, indeed then. Having a quick look at the comments as well, and we got Ballet there saying good evening, good luck everybody. Becca saying Emerson better win. He's slacking a bit in the for Renault in the combined constructors. Indeed they are. The Renault, of course, Becca is a part of the Team Renault project this season. And look, Walker's done exactly the same. I think as V-Top then gone the accelerator on that curb there, and it's just spat him out there and spun him round. Then Walker was in a very solid fourth position before retiring on turn 2 in Australia, and of course he brought the safety car, which really caused anarchy towards the end, didn't it? And oh dear, goodness me, then it's getting awfully entertaining out this. We're on board Jonathan Cox, the only man on this grid then to ever get a pole position here in Bahrain, and wearing the 2000 Michael Schumacher helmet as he's coming now in to turn to 7 as well. Then we've got Jonathan Cox saying he loves Bahrain, just we're keeping him on the TV screen at the moment. We got Superior League Racing. What circuit are you looking forward to the most this season? Oh gosh, well, I'm quite a sinister man, to be honest, and so I'm going to go straight for it. Monaco, I love it. The reason why I don't love drawing it, but the reason why I love it is because there's always action in Monaco. I'm also looking forward to Vietnam as well. I got to say, Gold did really well in Vietnam last season. The action was, I think, more in silver and bronze. Really was indeed. Murphy has just got popped across the line and gone third fastest in his first qualifying performance of the season at the moment. As unfortunately in Australia, he lost his keys to his Alfa Romeo, but luckily he's found them today. Jonathan then, he's coming up to the line as well. Of course, Emerson and Jonathan, a strong partnership. Jonathan is a 10th second away from his teammate at the moment. He had a bit of a difficult run in the as Gurman Cummins in the pits. And he had a difficult run, didn't he, on his debut for the Renault team last time out. Then Walker there, just coming out of turn 8 at the moment, and good stuff indeed then from Walker. Yes, I'm looking forward to Monaco. I really love watching the drivers that go to work. Then I also, as Emerson is in the pits, and I think he's retired safe and sound in the pits as well. And as I was getting very squirmish there, Walker there is just look at how much track he's taken now. He's almost on the curve there, Walker. It's incredible, isn't it? And Walker now maximising every inch of the track and more. Great stuff then. Indeed, he's 16 seconds up in the second split time because, of course, he went around there. Oh, look at the oversteer, and he is invalidated his time now. Unfortunately, of course, the track limits also are defined by the outside of the track, not just the inside. And unfortunately, because of that, then he's gone wide. Then that is deemed to be taken an advantage, and he's come back into the pits. Walker has said. He might not have to walk for too much longer. He's going to have to get his skates on, I think. Then here comes Bullet. Then I don't think he's ever driven in the gold division before. He's definitely drove in silver, and I think he's also dipped his toe into bronze as well. So good to see Bullet then in the oh, love the helmet, by the way. That's fantastic, isn't it? Beautiful bit of blue there. Of course, a bit of Williams blue there on the Haas driver as well, as he is also in the Haas car, as he is replacing Mumford. And Mumford, unfortunately, is going to be stepping out of the full-time seat, as he is unable to continue then, which is a shame then. So the Haas seat at the moment, and I think it's a revolving door at the moment now, so Haas need to go now to get a second driver in pretty quick then. I thought that there was rumours in the paddock that I thought it was going to be Sam taking it, but I must admit I'm a little behind on the old news at ALR at the moment. There is unfortunately we've had a bit of a difficult week. Right then, there's a bullet there coming down the back straight as well. Let's see what he can do then. Yeah, going back to Superior League Racing's question there. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to Monaco. I'm looking forward to Vietnam. I'm looking forward to Azerbaijan as well. All the tough street circuits, really. I do love Japan though, and I also love Spa. That's a great time from Billet, actually. Fantastic time there from Billet. As I feel that I feel in silver and bronze he didn't really show the best that he got to offer, but here tonight he has got a good stage to show what he can do. Now Nosey has had some issues there into turn 9. 10 is a very tricky part of the course there, and Nosey is cruising on the inside as well. Gurman is back out and Farford as well. Those are the bottom three at the moment then, and all eyes is on them, as Britney Spears would say. Or was it all eyes on me? I don't know, but anyway, yes, I was a big Britney Spears fan before she got a bit too hip for me. Farfair is going to be the first one to cross the line to get a lap in then. We got Sarah's Merchant, bold statement now, Becca. I think that's in terms of Emerson, better win then. Payne saying hopefully I don't get smacked out like last week there. We've also got Becca saying nah, nothing bold in there. Sean Dodgy has said Dodgy is said Deutsch, like as in koi fish. Oh, so is it like Doi? Oh, Doi, Doi? I don't know, I can't even say my own name. Sam is saying Emerson will crash in the wall like he did last season. Gordo saying hello Gordo. We have also got Todd has crashed where Emerson crashed last season. Oh dear, not very good at all for V Todd, unfortunately it isn't, is it? And we've also got base with go Gurman, go Emerson as well. Blatant Rage, Gurman for the win. Good stuff indeed. That curve is a killer there from Sam as well. Yeah, Blatant Rage straight in there with Gurman there, and of course Gurman is a very quick customer indeed, isn't he? Danny Walker, my favourite is Serious My Mushroom there. Good stuff, and a good on you, Danny Boy then. And as we're just watching so Superior Racing said that's it, Doiji, and I think that's how you said. Oh gosh, I've only got it right once, and I think that was kind of that was kind of more luck than judgment there. I've been calling him Dodgy before the beginning there, and I apologise. Doiji, and I think that is it. Anyway, Farfar coming down then. Of course, if anyone wants to take English lessons from me, then of course my phone number will be coming up on screen in a minute. Farfar comes across the line. He goes full fast, and Farfar, as we mentioned there, is that he was the last driver in this current crop of drivers to win at the Bahrain event then, in terms of who's racing here tonight. And of course last season was Cookie, and the season before that was actually Fisher, wasn't it? So into the pits there comes Gurman, as he has got 4 minutes to really get his act together. Payne's there in the Alpha Tower, and of course he's got some speed. Payne has, hasn't he? He was a bit unlucky last week, wasn't he? Let's see if he can get that to yeah, that going now. So Superior Racing saying I only know because he's my brother then. Oh, good stuff indeed then. So yes, I'm supporting your brother tonight then. Well, he's currently in 13th fastest amount in the Ferrari. Doiji is then. So hopefully he can get some points out here tonight as well. Jonathan is back out on circuit as well as he flies past me. No, he's already flew past me then. Of course, there's basically I'm always a bit so on the front tonight. So Jonathan there going for a second bite of the chair as well as he builds up the hill as well. We've also got Walker, who is hopefully trying to complete a lap this time around as well. We got Milan saying evening Sean. We got Mark Smith, aka I think it's Grillsy, wasn't it? Go on far as well, of course. Grillsy, a former Grand Prix racer with ALR as well. Walker much better. He's 8th fast at the moment. Good stuff indeed there from Walker. What about Jonathan? Jonathan, lovely shot here from the steering wheel. Jonathan, look at that. As he is racing a very quick computer, isn't he? Basically, he's got a lot of gizmos and gadgets in that right now, as has every car on the grid. Then, of course, this is the last season in ALR that we'll be saying, Renault, so they're going to be called Alpine from next season. So good stuff indeed there, and the same with the racing point as well. Make the most of the pink path first, because after this season it's going to be back to, well, we hope, the British racing green of Aston Martin as well. So looking forward to that. And they've also got a new brand new sponsor as well. In the Aston Martin. I was watching a video earlier actually about Alpine and Aston Martin, and how different their opening season's been there. Aston Martin have really got themselves together, and of course they got a structure. Oh no! And Doiji is out of qualifying, and he has done the same as V Todd. That's 2 retirements. Jonathan is also out as well, and there he is. There he's in the arm curve. That turn 10 curve. Also, I pointed out as turn 12 earlier on this qualifying session. I know absolutely not. That's absolutely nonsense from me, isn't it? Because it's definitely turn 10 at the moment. It's the double right-hander. If I know my lefts and rights, and here comes Payne's out. He's gone at 4 in the second sector. That is a big blow indeed. Then so Doiji unfortunately out qualifying along with V Todd as well. So we are aiming to lose one more driver in this session then. And Goro saying G or G. I have no earthly idea then. We've also got Ferrari still going to be running like a tractor next season. Unfortunately, I think they will be really, albeit they are making some positive sounds, aren't they? I can't say the sounds are going to be positive from the engines, unfortunately, as they are still the V6 hybrid era, V6 engines, but power units, I should be saying. Oh goodness me! But nevertheless, though, the sound has grown on me. It ain't too bad. But I'm a bit like, I'm old really, and I just missed the V10s and V8s screaming. Nosey 11 fast at the moment there, so Nosey is a bit behind the 8 ball at the moment then. On board Gurman, who is very much behind the 8 ball at the moment. Then we've also got Gunnar, who's also struggling as well as and we've also got serious question. Is it Alpine or Alpine? I think it's Alpine, isn't it? So here we go. Then this is going to be very bad. My pronunciation is absolutely appalling now. I used to, if anyone remembers, what's his name? Marco, what's it? Gotis, or was it, I don't know. Basically, Marco Gotis, or was it, don't know. Or the old Bayern Munich player, or Bayern Leverkusen. I think it's Bayern Munich now, isn't it? And this really shows that my football knowledge is absolutely appalling. But that's a standard Liverpool fan reason. If you ain't talking about Liverpool, they don't know what they're talking about. As we're watching Kerman coming out of the follow turn then, and he's got 50 seconds, and this looks good enough to get him through. Indeed it is. He's 7 fast at the moment. Now German is great stuff indeed. Murphy is come out on the track for a second by the cherry. Nosey I think is cruising back to the pit side. So let's see what Murphy can do at the moment. And we've got Billet who's back out on circuit as well. Then he is 13 fast at the moment. Engine Jesus is also not looking too good either at this stage of proceedings. Billet comes across the line. He improves by 007. So very much licensed to thrill there. Diego's on the lap as well. Engine Jesus 3 tenths of second up. Gunnar is 6 tenths of second up in the second intermediate split time. Good healthy stuff there from Gunnar. I absolutely love it. And here we go then. So we are now coming down the back straight as well then, before we go into 15 then, accelerating out then. What can Gunnar do then? The checker flag has fallen. It's fluttering in the desert breeze. Gunnar is out of qualifying, unfortunately. So Gunnar and Doiji are out there. What about Engine Jesus? Can he sneak through? He can indeed. So V Todd and Doiji, who unfortunately have hit the arm code barrier in this race, in this qualifying session, are out. And Gunnar is the meat and the sandwich there of the two retirees. He is 17th then, and Diego then just makes it through by the skin of the nose cone then, but he is still out trying to set a bear time then. Here is look at Diego there, fantastic shot, I love that. 4 tenths of second. Oh my goodness me, looking at the inside there of the racing points, right, going a bit over the curb then. Great stuff indeed. Thank you all for joining us tonight as well. I'll try and catch up with the comments in just a jiffy. So Diego locking up the right front again there. Those soft tires are going to be resembling 50 pence pieces by the end of this one. Diego goes 12 fastest and in front of his teammate as well then. Of course his teammate leads the drivers championship at the moment as into the pit seconds of Billet then. So he is through. It's qualifying 2, and I've got to say a very good session there from Billet then, as he has got a license to thrill, as I mentioned earlier on then. As Mr. Elite there has unfortunately invalidated his second time, but it's not too bad because he's through to qualifying 2. Good stuff indeed there from Mr. Elite. In car 22 as well, in the Ferrari, he comes into the pit set. Gio saying hello all. Gordo saying, is it Alpine or Alpine then? If you know what I mean then. I think I might know what you mean, but I'm going to keep it keep it brief. Gio was saying Alpine, it's Alpine now, or Alpine perhaps. Young Knight saying, hey Ginger, as Gio saying, but it's spelled Alpine. I both know all kinds of worms here now, aren't I? Oh goodness me. And early birds do catch the worm, don't they? I'm certainly not an early bird. We've also we've got Young Knight saying, hey everyone as well. Serious Mushroom, I like the Ferrari sound as well on this game. I really like the Ferrari sound on this game. It it just sounds quite mean, doesn't it? The Ferrari sound does. I really enjoy the engine note on that Ferrari. Beautiful, isn't it? Right, out of qualifying then is Doiji, and also we've lost Gunnar and V-Todd as well. V-Todd, I think, is the big shock there, isn't it? Unfortunately, crashed in the same place as Doiji, who's both from out of qualifying, which is a big blow indeed. But don't worry about that, folks. They, any of you guys that are fans of those three drivers, they will be back in action in the race as well. But unfortunately, they're going to be like me now, so they're going to be spectators as we go into qualifying 2. Young Lights is saying welcome to week 2 then. Gordo saying I say it Alpine then. No, it's Mr. Young Lights is trying to get 2,000 comments again, goodness me. Oh gosh there, and Gio also putting in a cucumber as well by the looks of that. Yeah, enough about the cucumbers. We had a good discussion about that last week, didn't we, about the about that green vegetable, which I think is more for rabbits than anyone else, so less about that the better. And Becca saying controversial with the Alpine. I think it is called Alpine. I'm sure it's called the Alpine, isn't it? And then like the French do kind of change the syllables of things, don't they? Because I think that Renault should be Renaults, really, if you think about it. But they go Renault because you don't even hear the T, do you? But I'm also going to really upset the international affairs as well now, and I with that kind of accusation and all that kind of jazz. But there we go then. But I can't even speak English, so I don't think it will be too much of a threat to him. Injured Jesus coming out on circuit then in the McLaren then. So let's see what he could do on track now in the McLaren. There we go. That's a nice easy name, isn't it? In the McLaren, of course, the McLaren powered by Renault for the final time as well in ALR before they switch back to the Mercedes. And the McLaren Mercedes, it just sounds better, doesn't it? It doesn't. McLaren Renault just never got a good ring to it. McLaren Mercedes, beautiful, and I think Ayrton did a very nice it's all Gran Turismo. It's a beautiful design of the next McLaren, and absolutely splendid stuff indeed. I gotta say that man is very good with the old paintbrush, isn't he? Oh, great stuff indeed. Then he's like ALR's Van Gogh, isn't he? Brilliant stuff indeed. Then, but only if Van Gogh designed racing car liveries and all that kind of stuff. Then. Young Lights asking if everyone is ready. Is everyone ready for the exciting gold race today in Bahrain? As Gio reckons it's going to be boring, then as Emerson is going to dominate. I think Gio, before you even throw that accusation about, then remember that Emerson has never won around here. He's not had a very good his CV around here is pretty appalling, really, isn't it, for the world champion? Is unfortunately crashed here last season as well, didn't he? Emerson did. I think that. That's one of a few. I think that is looking back on Emerson's career. That is probably one of only a few times where that was his own fault of retiring. Of course, he's had a couple of mechanical gremlins last season as well, didn't he? Was potentially could have won it earlier on in gold there. So really, I think that that might have spared a couple of made the championship a bit more entertaining. But nevertheless, Emerson now really doesn't retire from his own fault too often, does he? Unless you do call the internet his problem. But technically it was, and then I think it was the old hamsters hadn't been fed down in Torquay. Just on board there, Vindia G70 is coming up the top of the hill as well then. So just before he's just navigating himself back down the hill as well. Just watching for Troy there saying, come on, Cart Boy. Great stuff indeed there, Mark Swift. I missed F1 and I missed the league race. And may have a go and buy the game there. Yeah, good stuff indeed there, good stuff indeed there, Grossi. It's, I gotta say, league racing is can be a very tough old business, can it? I gotta say, my ginger hair is going a bit grey now. It's looked like the Silver Fox, maybe Philip Schofield. Perhaps if only I was that slim. And I'm really not then, and I'm never up in time to host this morning either. No way, Jose. As we're coming down there, Gordo, as Gordo saying, Milan, Emma, Jonathan could all be class. Said I would say that Jonathan and Milan are brilliant in one lap pace. They really are indeed there. Milan probably should have and could have got a Grand Prix win last season as well. A couple. Injured Jesus goes fast at the moment. Good stuff indeed there. Billet has gone second fast at the moment on a 27.3 at the moment. Good stuff indeed there from both those stars. And what about the Mercedes? And here comes Liam. Yeah, he got his first podium in his debut race last season. He's coming back in the pits. He is decided to give this one decided to give up that lap then. We got Mr. Lee on the medium tyres, and the only driver on medium so far. Everyone else has qualified on the soft tyres then. No mess about. Of course, if you get into the top 10, you must own the tyres which you set your fastest time on. Milan then look at that. Then it's the opposite lock there coming out of turn 8. Then here is turn 9 and 10. Very difficult indeed. We've seen 2 drivers be casualties around here. You can see, because on that curve there, it looks very slippery out there tonight, doesn't it? Of course, this is the first night race of the season, isn't it? Albeit it's the... it's twilight race in real life, isn't it? But I think we've got a full night race here in ALR. The cars just look absolutely magnificent under the lights, don't they? The car just looks faster. It feels more special. It feels superhuman, doesn't it? It's absolutely brilliant to watch indeed. I get so excited just watching these cars and the lights. It's absolutely magnificent. And then night racing just really, it really ups the ante, doesn't it? Of course, this track was not a night race until 2014. And that race was a classic in of its own right, wasn't it? Where we had yellow flags on the back straight, where we had Hamilton and Rosberg really showing the real power of that Mercedes that season. Milan goes second fast at the moment there, about half a second away from his teammate at the moment there. So a very good time there from Indian Jesus. Yes, he is on the soft tire, but nonetheless, that's a very good fist of things, isn't it? We're just watching a Gurman there as well. Walker on track as well. Then we just got a flash of Emerson as well. So Walker's invalidated his time, so he's going to have another bite of the cherry, isn't he? Carboy is just coming into the very perilous turn at number 10 as well. Here comes Gurman, a lovely Ayrton Senna-esque helmet here from Gurman. Look at that, and Gurman also, just like Walker there, taking as much of the track and more. Brilliant stuff indeed there. As so just catching up with the comments again then. Goodness me, then you guys are a very chatty bunch on the Sunday night. Usually when ALR's not on a Sunday, I'm kind of like tucked up in bed round about now then, having cookies and milk kind of thing then, but I can't do that now then, of course, as we are now an hour later than what we were normally, and I think that this is quite a good change of time as Gurman there getting a rest in the car now. Almost done an Alex Albon out of the final turn. Gurman goes third fastest, the second quickest runner on the medium tire as well, but Carboy follows him closely, half a second away. He is in 4th position around the Carboy is then, indeed good times then out there. Walker invalidated his time then, so he's going to have to go again then. Jonathan on the back straight then, I think he was then. Emerson then is on board with him as well. They've never been on pole position here, never won the race either around here then. Look at that then, he has got a very clear visor there, hasn't he, Emerson? You can almost see his eyes are very much focusing on the circuit. He goes second fast at the moment. He is the quickest on the medium runners there, and he has really shown his teeth there. Emerson has a really good pace indeed then from Emerson. What about his teammate then, Jonathan there in 30th position moment, but he hasn't set a time just yet then. 8 minutes to go in this qualifying session now. On the curve a bit there, Jonathan is DRS then right on the money as well. They have a beep, but I bet you they don't even know, they don't even listen about that beep now, because they know exactly where the DRS board is. He is currently 5th fast at the moment then. Yellow flags then is one of the Alpha Taris has come a cropper. Oh goodness me, it's Paynes there who's had some issues there, and that's out of turn. I think that's coming into 11th, isn't it? It is indeed then. So we just had Diego going 9th fast. Ramona Paynes is on a quick lap by the looks, but he's going to have to come in, I think, and maybe swap his strategy around that. That's not good at all, is it? From Paynes' point of view. Yellow flag there is at the top of the hill. I think it's one of the runners are just getting out of the way then. That's unfortunate there for Paynes, isn't it? I think Diego is going to have to go for another bite of the then, because he is 13 seconds off the pace of Mr. Elite at the moment now, and I do not believe that is Diego's at full pace and full potential. Walker is going for another run as well. This time then is looking a lot more positive as well, as he is now coming into 14 and 15 as well. I'm impressed of how much they're off the circuit there, isn't it? I can't believe that they keep control of the cars there, albeit Walker's back in there, almost snuck out there. He is in the 26s still, but no one is in the 25s apart from Emerson and Indian Jesus at the moment then. Whilst we've got a bit of a lull in proceedings then, just like I said, that Diego's on a quick lap. We got some Superior Racing saying disappointed if Dorji there lost the rear because he was on the throttle too hard out of the corner then. That's unfortunate there for Dorji then, but don't worry about that then. He is good. I hope that he has a much better race than Diego coming down the back straight as well then. Baker Jones there, Rempo thrown in her opinion on the class of tonight's field then, and reckons that Nosey is a big underdog here tonight. Remember in Australia, Nosey just kept pounding in those laps, didn't he? He was just very quick, wasn't he? And just kept kept the top three within his line sight, didn't it? Kept him within 6 seconds, and that's what really helps him get the win as well, because the top three then couldn't determine the strategy, and it is very important now. So Nosey there was really a thorn in the side of the top three, and I think that's how a lot of it probably unraveled as well with safety cars. And more often than not, we do get safety cars in league racing because the drivers there are up really showing their speed, their determination, and it's all or nothing, isn't it, in league racing there. Sometimes you do have to take more of a measured approach there, but more often than not then it's very difficult to do, isn't it? as Gio there's agreeing me there. You can get a Canada 2011 at a track like Monaco and ALR. And yes, not only that, then I think I've just got a lot of fond memories of Monaco there. Of course, Nigel winning his final Grand Prix of his incredible 7 Grand Prix wins at the first ever gold champion. Great drive indeed there from Nigel. Of course, Knowlesy and Emerson had a good old battle in Monaco as well. Unfortunately, them two did come to blows then in that race as well. The Nouveau chicane. Murphy coming out of the follow turn then in 15 then, and Murphy goes at full fast road in the Alfa Romeo. Good stuff indeed. Liam is going for the second by the cherry with 4 minutes to go then. Liam goes 8 faster. I don't think that's comfortable for Liam, and it's not comfortable for Cartboy either. A Billet coming out on circuit as well. 2300 second down in the first sector. Knowlesy is just completed the first sector as well. It's gone purple in the first one there. Good stuff indeed then. Jonathan saying sounds like old washing machine does the Ferrari engine. I do like the old Ferrari engine. It does sound quite. I do like the Ferrari engine. It does sound quite mean then. But of course, my old washing machine sounded quite mean as well. And I think Billet's had an issue there. He's come to grief there at turn 12. He has damaged the end plate as well on the Haas. He's got to come back in the pits, I feel. And yes, he has lost a lot of end plate damage there. And the Haas will have to get back to work there and change the nose. I think Billet might be thrown on a set of soft tires then for one last go then. Jonathan looking much stronger this season. Let's see him back where he belongs then. Yeah, Jonathan had a very disappointing season. It was the worst season of his career in ALR last season. Knowlesy coming up to the line. He is 8 fast at the moment, but I don't think that's comfortable either by any stretch of the imagination. Paynes there is just starting his lap as well. Now he's building up the hill as well. DRS center right on the money then. And as just throwing down with a lot of comments out there. Goodness me, I'm not going to be able to keep up with all you guys at the moment then, so I'm just going to skip right down to the bottom as well. On board then with Payne's head, he's just completing off the first sector as well before coming into turn 8 then. Payne's then is on the soft tires now. Unfortunately, he tried on the medium tires. It didn't work out to his advantage, did it, with 3.5 minutes to go in this session. Accelerated and out then there's Murphy's retired from the session, and he's full fast at the moment. Dan is that going to be safe? I'm not too sure. Well, Emerson is also retired as well. Both those two are in the top 4. I'm not sure how safe that would be, but they do the bar might lower though, because there's going to be a lot of drivers out on the soft tires at the moment with 3 minutes to go. It's quite early on the session still, isn't it? A 0.4660 then for Paynes in the second split. Tommy is very unlucky not to get some major points for the AlphaTauri earlier on in Australia. Indian Jesus is very happy that he's done a one and done then, not messed around at all, has he? Indian Jesus went out there throwing a set of soft tires there, and the job's a good one. Here comes Payne's head coming up to the final turn as well. Walker's also finished as well, but that Payne's has just got into fastest on this party qualifying session, and that might make the guys that have called it a day early on going to be very nervous indeed. Then Knowlesy is still out there on track then, but he is cruising back to the pits with 2 minutes to go. Has he got enough time now to come in, throw a set of soft tires and get back out there? Diego's now on soft as well, as is Billet then. We've got Farf who's on the medium tire, so Farf is not even remotely interested in those soft tires, and Farf in the second sector at 0.5, and he is slower than Paynes by just over or under a second, give or take then. There's a serious question there. Told you Dan's found his keys then. Becca saying Dan actually taking part in qualifying. Jeepers, as we're coming into turn 15 as well. Farf giving it quite a lot of manoeuvre room there on the outside of 14 then. Farf goes only 12 fastest, so that's not going to toll down for the former Grand Prix winner here in Bahrain. He is going to have enough time to get back to the pits? I don't think he is, to be honest. So, but Diego's already on the lap then. Safety car out. Liam Yaz retired from the session as well, and Liam is on the cusp, and he doesn't want to come out again. I wonder if the medium tires then the soft tires is definitely not the way to go. It seems like that's the case there for Knowlesy and Liam and Farf as well. Oh goodness me, Jonathan's out on the soft tires then, so is Milan as well. There's going to be some tears, I feel, in this qualifying session. Cartboy and Billet also on the soft tires. Mr. Elite there is having another bite of the cherry on the medium tires in the Ferrari as well. We're on board with Diego coming down into turn 8 as well, as And now accelerating out then, and now coming into the perilous turn at 9 and 10 then. I gotta say, it looks like a quarry, doesn't it, when you see some shots, long shots there with diggers in the background. DRS then right on the middle then for Diego. There is Farf in the background as well. I'm thinking of Farf there. Is he going on a lap? So let's take a look then. Farf is, looks like he's harvesting and coming back in the pit, so that might be Farf's day done and dusted. There's a McLaren there parked on the inside. That was Milan. He does have 50 seconds left in the session to sort himself out. 1.5 seconds Diego is. Where is that going to plop him? At the moment, that is going to pull him around the 8th, 9th and 10th margin now for Diego. So can Diego get into qualifying number 3, I should say, as well. So just flicking on then. It's here he comes in out of the fall turn there. And where does Diego put himself? Very quick indeed. He is second faster than one. This is going to get very tasty indeed. Mr. Lee is 6,000 of a second up then. After the second split time as well. Farf is, I was looking at the wrong car. I thought Farf was going to go for it again then. Bullet coming down the back straight. So we've got a Williams there just in the far line, and McLaren is cruised back in the pits, and Milan has come back into the pits, and so he doesn't want to go on the soft tires here then. What about Bullet then? Has he got enough there to get himself in? He does. He's 5th faster. Great turn there for Bullet there on the soft compound tires. That's his first. Jonathan is in front of it this time. Jonathan is out to qualify. No, he isn't. He's still in there at the moment, but we do have Cardboy, and we also have Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee is very much on the cusp of it and more, and he's coming down the back straight now. Jonathan then could be a huge scalp then. It's out qualifying, and goodness me, the only man to be on pole position in this Grand Prix in ALR in the current crop of drivers then. And it's a Mr. Lee there abandoning his time and coming to the pits. There's a Cardboy is out there to ruin Jonathan's day off here, and Gurman also on the cusp as well. Knowles is out of qualifying, Liam's out of qualifying, Farf and Mr. Lee are also out of qualifying as well. Goodness me, that is a lot of very strong drivers out of qualifying already. Cardboy is through and into qualifying 3 as well. Jonathan is out of qualifying. A huge blow for the British Italian driver. He's coming back into the pits now as well. 2 of the 3 podium sitters in Australia are out qualifying in this very early stage of this Grand Prix here in Bahrain. Shock! Oh my word! Then as very shocking start then to here in Bahrain. But I can say, Alex is going to get knocked out then. Young Lights saying, come on, Farf. Also Jonathan, also Young Lights is good that Jonathan's out then. Gurman saying, too close. Has Jonathan cursed himself then? Perhaps then. 11th and too bad place to be though, and I definitely agree with you there, Serious Mushroom. But I think that the driver of the day for me goes to Bullet. Incredible stuff indeed. Then he, as we've already mentioned, and I think this is his first time he's driving in gold, if I'm not very much mistaken. Let me just take a look at me old spreadsheet, but I don't think he's never driven in I don't think he has ever driven in gold before, so hats off there to Bullet there. It's for his debut here in gold then, and I've got to say, he took a very good job indeed there. So Bullet's been my star qualifying so far. Fantastic stuff there for Bullet then as he cruised back into the pits. Well, Jonathan there is just down then. But he is going to be the first of the runners there to start on whatever tire he wants to, with it he deems fit then, which might be quite a good advantage then. So Bullet getting wheeled back in the pits and fantastic stuff there from Bullet then. As he is now being wheeled back in. So Paynes and Diego through. Then Indian Jesus is through as well. Emerson and Billet are also Emerson and Billet then also going through as well. I've forgotten the rest of it. We're on board Cartboy, who's 6th fastest at the moment there in the Alpha Tower. And lovely shot here from the side pod there, as you can see. Look how integrate the car is. It's absolutely splendid stuff indeed then. So just taking a quick note then who out qualified now. Mr. Lee is going to start 15th on the grid. Farf is in 14th, Liam 13th, Nosey 12th, and Jonathan 11th. All of those bottom 5 drivers are all on the medium tyres here. So that to me feels like that none of those drivers are even remotely thinking about those soft tyres to start a race on. In the top 10 then we have 5 drivers on the soft tyres. The other 5 are going to be on the medium tyres. I'm loving the split strategy there. Fantastic stuff indeed. just now going into qualifying for as well. Serious Mushroom saying it's all good, John. Tire choice will be clean. You'll be fine there. As we got Jonathan saying sorry for letting the Renault team down there. As Ben's at Stouffair is saying that let's go Pains. Well, he's currently in qualifying 3. Fantastic stuff from Pains there. Hopefully he doesn't get hit up the diffuser in going into turn 1 as well. It's quite a long old drag down to turn 1, isn't it? So you've got to really make sure you get your braking point right. We had a big old smash there in season 3, didn't we? Where I think unfortunately Jonathan was on pole position there. Unfortunately came a cropper with another driver, and I can't remember who that driver was then. You're just watching Walker coming out onto the circuit as well. We got Emerson also out as well then. So he's coming out on track as well, and you can see then as we just looking down from turn 1 as well. Good stuff, Ben. And of course, I got to say, I would love to see the outer track layout on the old on the new game next season. I think it's a brilliant layout. It really entertained me in the actual world of Formula 1, didn't it? Of course, George Russell made his Mercedes debut as well, and I think that really he's putting himself in the shop window for the 2022 driver lineup as well. Maybe even halfway through this season, he's definitely put the pressure on Bottas, hasn't he? Or haven't said that, might put the pressure on Hamilton to a certain degree as well, as it's really not helped Hamilton in the negotiations for his new contract. That is definitely for sure, isn't it? As he is now coming into turn 10 as well. But yeah, I feel that George Russell definitely is going to be a Mercedes driver in 2022. He has to be, surely. Walker is not waiting around. This is Walker and Emerson there doing a little bit of a drag race there. I wonder if there's a bit of mind games going on there from Walker. Unfortunately, Walker's 2 Grand Prix appearances in ALR so far both ended up in the hedge. Hopefully Walker can get to the end of this race. He had the pace there, I think, for at least the top 4 finish, didn't he? I think he was in the top 3 when he unfortunately binned it, which is such a shame, isn't it? Because he was looking very strong indeed then. Becca saying, oh blimey there, you're 11th end with free choice, so go for it like that. Superior Racing loving the qualifying time stay. It's still anyone's quality, it really is indeed there. Jesus has been reborn this week from Serious Mushroom as well. Young Light saying, who do you think is going to get pole position there? Becca is going straight in there for Emerson. I'm not going to do a prediction there because I don't like to be wrong, and secondly, I have no earthly idea. Every time I predict someone, it goes wrong then, doesn't it, really? As Walker now is coming up into turn 4 as well then, as here he is then accelerating, dropping down then into third gear before accelerating away. There's the outer layout of Bahrain there. It's just got flicked off there to the left of your screen then, as Walker is battling the car, and I've got to say that not yet battling the car at all. That's incredible. Very cool, as you like, behind the steering wheel as well. Serious Mushroom there is definitely spread out his choices there. He's given us a list of the top 3. It's going to be Milan, Emerson, and German. Milan, Emerson, and Walker from Young Lights as well. Great, keep your predictions coming in, guys. That is really making me really helping me out in terms of the form book. We got yellow flags on the back straight as well. Walker then go. I thought he was going a bit wide then, but as is clean as a whistle there from the Red Bull driver. Now then, as he comes into the far parts of the circuit as well, out of 13, and of course there's no corner names around here, unfortunately, just yet. It'd be good to see some corner names sooner or later, and that's an AlphaTauri there, just stopping there right at the exit there, because he is just trying to build up speed there, of course, and there might be a traffic jam down there later on then. Here comes Walker, AlphaTauri, he's done a 25-1, that's a good time indeed, but what about Emerson? Emerson has done a 24-8, my word, that he has blown my wig off. Wow, that's incredible stuff there from Emerson. Murphy has done a 25-5 at the moment. Now, good stuff, Ben. And what about the McLaren? Milan there in the 24-9 as well. Milan also showing his 1-lap pace there, absolutely on fire. What about Injured Jesus? He is 5th fast at the moment in the second McLaren. Oh my word there. We got Pains there, who is just coming down the back straight as well. Diego then is also on the back straight, and we've got German also out there as well, so do not count your chickens yet, guys, then, because I feel that German's got something in the hat, has got something in his back park as well. Diego is locking up the inside front there, but he is still going, and he hit the apex quite nicely indeed. Then Diego comes across the line, he is 6th fast at the moment. He's done a 27 so far. Oh, Gurman's off, and unfortunately that's not what I was expecting in his back pocket. He is off the circuit, and I'm wondering now if Gurman's going to only have to do a one and done. I think he did that in Australia as well. He was on pole position last season. Gurman was in silver, of course. And so can he do 2 for 2 here tonight? Then yellow flag then in the second part of the course as well. So Payne's on board with him as well in the second sector there. Young Light saying nice time, as Young Light saying incredible there from Emerson. Brilliant stuff as Young Light is actually going to do his prediction now, isn't he? That Young Light's got Emerson, Gurman, Milan there, maybe Walker as well. We've got Troy. If I'm honestly disgusted by Emerson's time there from Troy. Great stuff indeed. I love that word. Absolutely great. Becca is asking Young Lights to make his mind up there because he's chopping and changing like I chop and change about what I'm going to have for tea. I did have pork chops tonight. Absolutely splendid stuff indeed. And that's why I'm full of energy then. Give me a bit of pork, I'm away. As Payne's coming down into turn number 14 as well. A lovely helmet design there from Payne's, and we're on board of him then. He was unlucky in Australia. DRS said right on the money. I didn't even hear the beep. He goes 6 fastest, so Payne says at the moment, as he got more in the locker. Gurman is going for a second bite of the cherry as well. He's 7100 second up. Then he unfortunately had some issues in turn 13 as well. I've leaned on the controller again then. I really need to watch old belly now, don't I? As I'm unlocked. Unfortunately, the lockdown weight there is really expanded to my controller area now. Gurman now I think is actually cruising back now, isn't he? So I think he's abandoned this lap then, and they're going to come back in the pits there, unfortunately. Serious Mushroom saying, I hate it when gold finishes because the nerves start for tomorrow as well. Bailey Smith saying, second that Mushroom. Yes, indeed, there. Because I got to say, I used to get very nervous for league racing. At the moment, I'm not too nervous about my league racing because, yeah, it's just doing it, really, isn't it? But yeah, I do get what you mean there. It's when you're really invested in a league, you do get very much, you do get so wound up, don't you, about how you're going to perform and things like that. You can do a lot of time trials up. You can just pound around doing time trial ups there, really getting your eye in about the circuit. But it's the actual race, isn't it? There's so many variables in a race. It's about strategy, it's about the weather, albeit I kind of bet my bottom dollar that I doubt we'll get any rain here tonight or tomorrow. I haven't heard anything about the rain here tonight then, and I don't think we're going to get any tomorrow either then. But if we do get any rain, Silver guys, just blame me, as he's accelerating out as well then. Serious Mushroom is saying these times are insane. Yes, they are indeed. Then let me just flick back to last season's pole position time was a 24.767 set by Cookie. So Emerson is currently not beating last season's pole position at time just yet. The seasons before pole position's time was actually a 27.268 set by Jonathan. So yeah, that just shows that's quite incredible actually, because I thought these cars would have been quicker. As Billet then, as I think abandoning his time and coming into the pits now. So yeah, at the moment Jonathan has the all-time lap record around here for 127.2. Hang on, I've read that wrong, haven't I? I think I have indeed. Just tell me to shut up. Yes, the all-time lap record is a 24.767 there from Eat the Cookie. Yeah, so at the moment then we haven't beaten last season's pole position time just yet. Emerson needs to find a 10th for the bit then to beat Eat the Cookie's qualifying time from last season. Bullet there is just being rolled back in the pits, and Walker is out then. He is currently third on the grid. Walker is in the Red Bull behind Milan, behind Emerson at the moment. He's the only man out on track then. So so currently then he's going to be feeling a bit lonely out there, isn't he? As we got Serious Mushroom hashtag get lights back in there from Serious the Mushroom, and as John was saying, never doubt being an underdog then, as Gordo's going to say, it's going to pour down now. Yeah, it probably will, won't it? I think we had rain in Abu Dhabi, didn't we, in the final race of silver last season. What an epic showdown that was. It was between Murphy, it was between Gurman as well. Gurman there, of course, unfortunately accelerated that. Oh, his Walker is invalidated his time. That's going to be 2 laps and he's invalidated. Because, of course, if you invalidate in the last corner, it also invalidates your next time as well. The thinking behind that, of course, is because if you invalidate the final corner, you're going to get an advantage, aren't you, or a straight line speed advantage. So that's why Codemasters have thrown that there for. Lovely helmet, by the way, from Diego. Brilliant stuff indeed. I love the dark blue and black. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. Then here comes Diego. Then he's on and out lap the moment, and he's the first car out on the track. Then apart from Milan as well, who is just behind him. There he is in the McLaren, now, just flashing in the background. So Liz, we're on board there with Diego. Then so it's a bit of a lull at the moment, so let's see what these drivers off left. And in theory, remember back in qualifying there, I think it was the old days where there was 12 laps, wasn't it? You got 4 time runs there, an hour to do all these time runs there. Montoya used to do it like this. Of course, he did his first lap there where he just kind of had a casual lap. Second lap there, he just was kind of feeling it. Then the third lap there, he really he felt that he drove to the limits there. And the fourth lap there was just seeing how far he could push those limits there. And I think that's what some of the drivers going to have to do tonight. Then I think that Milan's going to have to push those limits. Walker will have to as well to get close to Emerson, because I think Emerson has really pushed those limits beyond, hasn't he? Incredible stuff indeed. Then Emerson will want to push those limits slightly more though, because he would love to beat last season's pole position time. Then I think that's his target at the moment, and he also wants to edge in front of Milan as well, because I feel that there is something left there for Milan and German as well. German hasn't set a representative time just yet either. Here comes Diego out of the final turn as well. Gamer and as Gamer is saying, Emerson for pole position. Serious worship, I won it technically, Sean. And we've also got Young Light saying Walker still to come as well. My favourite part of qualifying, it really is indeed. I've got to say, I love the I do like all parts of qualifying, and this free stage knockout qualifying just makes it gives it so much like drama throughout the hour-long session, doesn't it? Of course, qualifying 1, then who's going to be the bottom 5? Qualifying 2, who's going to get into the top 10 on the preferred time? And who is going to be knocked out? And then the same with qualifying 3. Then we have 2 runs there, and really it's going to be about getting to the limits, and then the final run is about getting beyond the limits. Who is going to be superhuman tonight, and who is going to get on pole position then for the for the Bahrain Grand Prix? I just read Serious Russians comment about Jonathan found the limits in Spain. Indeed he did that. The biggest crash I have ever seen. Goodness me then. And Diego then is accelerating up the hill as well. We're on board then. The man who's 8th at the moment in the qualifying title as well. And is he going into turn number 13? And that's a great second sector there from Diego. Looking very quick indeed, and a very quick customer coming down the back straight as well. Let's see what can do then. Diego into the final part, of course, then, and accelerating out then. Let's see what he could do then. Is he's going to be on DRS right on the money. Oh, slightly late there, but is it enough? He is 8th fastest. He improves by almost a second there. He's in the 26.2. Good stuff then from Diego then. The next car through is the McLaren of Milan there. He's dropped quite a way, but he's got a problem. Milan has got a problem there. I think he's not valid this time, but he's had some issues. Milan is done. Milan is done in this qualifying session. What a shame there for Milan. I feel whatever the case may have been then, Milan may have had something in his back pocket, but unfortunately we are not going to find out now. He is done in qualifying. He is going to be second at the moment then. What about Card? He is on the back straight then. 4/10 a second up. Payne says that is going to jump him up into 4th position there. So yes, he'll be on the second row of the grid then. Payne's once again showing that he has got some fight there. I think in silver he just was on a downward spiral last season there. He's got a new lease of life with Favre giving him a opening in gold. Then let's see what he can do. Payne's is 4th fastest. Good stuff indeed. Then here comes Walker. Has he got enough then? He is 2nd fastest. He is so close there. 500ths of a second. That's half a 10th. Emerson's on pole position now. Fantastic time there from Emerson. And what about the second McLaren of Indian Jesus? And he's coming to line. He's 4th fastest. Indian Jesus. Good time indeed. They're coming through quite quickly. Gurman is 4th. He's on the second row of the grid there. What about Billet? Billet coming across the line. He is 9th fastest. A great qualifying performance there from Billet. Diego is going for another bite of cherry. He might improve. He improves back to 9th. And here comes Murphy, a 4-time pole sitter in ALR, is done and dusted then. Emerson is on pole position then for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Good stuff indeed then. And Wallace started, and that's the second pole position of the season now for MSN. Amazing stuff indeed. They're throwing the gauntlet down once again, and that is now, he is officially the all-time pole, the most pole sitter in ALR history. He has 13 pole positions. That record was set by Jonathan for quite a number of races ago, and Emerson is now got 13 pole positions of his career as well. Fantastic stuff indeed there for Emerson. Really, hats off to him indeed. And he has got the fastest lap in ALR as well around here of a 1:24.740. Then of course it was set by Cookie last season, and so he is beaten by about 1700ths of a second, and so quite a tiny margin there. Walker there really summed up some effort towards the end there, didn't he? I think that Milan possibly would have found a couple of tenths, as maybe a tenth or two as well, and so that was a shame that we didn't see get to see what Milan had said. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed then. Right then. And as Payne's is saying, Young Light's saying, I got the three drives right, just in the wrong order then. And as just saying that, oh goodness me, Bailey Smith, Becca and the barrier said, unfortunately, Rimpo has visited the barriers once or twice, hasn't she, in her career? But nonetheless, so I think she does have a pole position, doesn't she? So yeah, there you go. Right then, so we're now getting ready for the race as well. As Young Lights has said it better than anyone else. It is time to race then. And the drivers are now just getting their setup sorted then. Unfortunately, we are missing a Mercedes tonight as well, so that's a big blow, isn't it? Unfortunately, Equals is not in here tonight, so I've got me headset now pointed right to my face, which is not a good sign. And oh, there you go. I had it in a really good position actually. I had about 5-10 minutes to finally sort my headset out, so I can actually see the corner of the screen there, because I got this second headset which is too close to my mouth, so you can hear me breathing, so it feels like, you know, you're on like a really creepy phone call or something there, and you know, I'm very unhealthy, and I get out of breath just going to the toilet and back. Right, here we go then, as the drivers are now on the grid, and there it is, and it's a Renault, it's a Red Bull, it's two McLarens, it's a Haas as well. Great stuff indeed. Let's go from the grid, from pole position to the back of the field as well. Let me get up the details, shall we? And those are the tyre choices as well. Emerson, medium tyres, 13th pole position of his career as well. He is now really starting to dominate the record books in ALR. Remember, the record books have been really under Granty's control, haven't they, more often than not then, with Jonathan getting the most pole positions. And there's a car right off the track there, and it's one of the Alpha Tauris then, and hopefully that's not a sign of things to come then in the race then. Yeah, Paynes is having some major issues, and he's going to dart in completely left there. No, that's not good, is it? But yes, Emerson now starting to really dominate the record books, isn't he? As let's see then who is on the where they're starting. Emerson pole position then, medium tyres there for Walker is second. Then Emerson's got problems, has he? I think I've seen a red X on his car there. As he I think he's just dropping back slightly. We hope so. Milan in third position. Now German is in fourth position on medium tyres. Then it's all soft row 5. I mean, in terms of their tyres there, Indian Jesus fifth. Paynes is right at the back of the field in sixth position there. Murphy on the medium tyres, and he's the only man on the medium tyres in this next combination of cars. And Card Boy 8th position, Diego 9th, and Billet in 10th position. A great performance there from Billet. I think it's been my star qualifying. Jonathan on the hard tyres in 11th position. Same with Nosey, Liam, and Farfred 12th, 13th, and 14th. And a very I gotta say, all those four drivers had a very quick customer, so they know exactly what they're doing. Mr. Lee on medium tyres. V Todd has gone for medium as well. Gunnar in 70th position there. Dodgy is in Doji is in 18th position. I've forgotten how to say it now, but he is 18th in the Ferrari. Here we go then. As Payne is saying, he's got some major issues there, and his front left is 20 more than his right for some reason in terms of tyre temperatures. Emerson had a red X there, but hopefully that red X is cleared up then. It's I think Young Luck spotted as well, not in the session, or Cart Boy, or Dennison. Oh dear, Doiji. And I'm not sure what's going on in the session, but hopefully it will all hopefully it'll all be alright then. Milan saying, alright, so my tyres are glitched then. As Milan saying, same pace. And so, well, that's not good, is it? I can't believe that, unfortunately, the tyres are glitched, and that means that the tyre temperature is all over the show then. And this is not good at all, is it then? So that's not a very good start then to the Bahrain Grand Prix. So I quickly get myself sorted, and So here we go then. So we're just waiting for those lights to come on as well. Let me quickly find the position changes. There they are then. As Murphy is flown up to 5th position, then we have 5 sets of lights. Come on, we're going to be out in Bahrain. Here we go then. And Emerson's got away nicely. And so is Walker, I think. Then here we go then. Look at this then. It's a drag going down to turn 1 then. And Emerson still leads. There's damage in the back. There's damage in the back. Walker has taken the lead then. A severe collision there. And he's gone wide then. So Emerson is back through. No, he isn't. Emerson has dropped down the order. And we got a McLaren leader. Milan is on it. That's someone off. Murphy is off. He's facing the wrong way. Oh, an appalling start here then. Yellow flag then. But it's Milan who takes the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix. German is second there. I'm not sure if Emerson's in the game or what. Then we'll find out then. And it's getting very squeezy here then between Walker and German. And look at this. And now then German's up in the second position then. Walker's dropped down the third. Into Jesus up the inside. Then there's going to be a squeeze. There's a squeeze then. And he is in 4th position as well as my tower finally sorts itself out then. And we're just dropping down the order as well. Here comes Injured Jesus, and he's currently in 4th position. Good time there, but Emerson's going to be back up the inside. He is back up the inside. Good stuff indeed. Doiji has now got a penalty as well then. As they're on board then. Farf has also dropped down to 18th position as well. Terrible start then from Farf then. And there is a Tara prediction as well. Milan leads. German is second. Walker in 3rd position. Emerson has gone from pole position down to 4th position at the moment then. We have got Jesus in 5th position then. Payne 6th. Billet in a fantastic 7th. Carr 8th. Jonathan up to 9th, and Vital is flown up from 16th to 10th, and absolutely fantastic stuff indeed then. As we're now coming down the as we're coming down the hill then, and we have got there Ayrton is saying that a lot of guys has been unable to control the car then. Milan is set the fastest up for the race as well. There's a couple of calls for a restart then, as they're asking is it going to be a restart. I haven't seen anything on the old thing just yet, and I haven't seen me ticker go off, so I think as it is then, oh my goodness me then, and now Emerson is fighting with Walker as well, and that's McLaren gone off then, and who is that? That's Injured Jesus is off the track then. A 5-second penalty for Murphy, as there's DNF set all over the show. I'm wondering if we are going to have a restart, and it's a restart. It is a restart, and so that's going to be a shame then for the likes of Jonathan then, who is just as oh goodness me then, and yeah, I think there is a restart then. So yeah, we're going to have a restart then in this race as well then. So yes, Ayrton saying Sean restart. So yes, it is a restart then. So that's a shame there for Milan there, isn't it? Because that's a big bloke. He had a good start, didn't he? But it looks like a lot of people just couldn't control their cars then, as which is kind of unfair, really, isn't it? So we've got a lot of drivers then who is, oh dear, and Georgie is just stuck in the pit lane at the moment. So it's all kinds of anarchy out there at the moment. Let me just see if, let me just make sure I haven't got a notification up. No, not yet then. But yeah, so we're gonna, it's 10-second penalty as well. Ooh, the big old blue screen of death, and I'll keep forgetting about that. So yeah, I'm just waiting to see what is occurring then. But at the moment it is Milan who's leading then. But unfortunately, it's a full storm for Milan then after he had a great start. But unfortunately, it is going to be a restart. It is very odd indeed, Becca. I have no idea what's going on, and I think that's so. Oh my word! And oh gosh, German and Milan have gone. There's all kinds of anarchy, and of course I think it is a restart. But goodness me, and that's really caught me off guard then. And I got to say that's probably a good old smash indeed, isn't it? As yes, as they're also chanting in the comments now, it is a restart indeed then. But yes, as you can see, we've lost a lot of drivers. I got to say this would be a very oh my word, then it's all kinds of nonsense going on now. But well done to Billet then, who's leading the race then. But as I said, then we're just getting a restart going in now then. As Serious Mushroom has really said it. I didn't want to say it on stream, yes, but that was quite an impact, wasn't it? Again, I'd say not just going to the highlights, it really does indeed. Becca saying Gerben is having none of it then. So Farf has joined us in the party then. Farf, what's occurring? Well, Liam's been disqualified for driving the wrong way. Billet is absolutely
there you go.
Hello.
Headset was a move.
What's occurring, Gold Admin?
She notified for Bill like hell.
Oh, okay.
They all had the temperature glitch. So basically, your temperatures are 245 degrees or something like that.
So we're on a restart, are we?
Yeah. It's a bit unfair, isn't it?
Yeah. Okie dokie. So yes, we are having a restart then. So Farf has confirmed it then. We're having a restart. And I got to say, that was a very frantic opening 3 laps, wasn't it? But of course, yes, yep, so we're going to restart. Farf is going to get the grid sorted out and we'll be back in action in just a jiffy then. So but there, well, to be honest, in the record books, then he might have won this race, or the first race of Bahrain anyway. But yeah, so we had a temperature glitch then, which meant that because of that, then it was a bit unfair then, wasn't it? 200 degrees tires, goodness me. That's almost hotter than me when I finished this commentary. We're like, oh my word. So yeah, we're just on a restart, so and then we'll be back going in just a few moments as well then. And as young likes to tell me not to end the stream, no I won't, my good man then. So I do like to keep my streams there as long as I don't exit the game. I think the stream should continue then. I hope so anyway. As I just now waiting for Farfair to get the session set up, and indeed it is. Yep, I've been invited. Congratulations. Yep, so I'm going to be back in the session. Oh gosh, I've got a load of invites now. Great. So I've never felt so loved in my life, guys. Oh, brilliant stuff indeed. Then right then. So we're now going to get ready. Then. So what's this restart going to entail then? So Farf will be setting up the grid then. So 18 cars are going to be exactly where they qualified in the qualifying session, and of course anyone who started in the top 10 must start on the tires which they set their fastest time on, of course, then in qualifying too. So the likes of Billet there will have to be driving on the soft tires. Yeah, so that was a bit unfair, wasn't it? So the likes of Emerson and Co, by the sounds of it, didn't have control of their car, did they? Murphy went spun around anyway. So it was a shame there for the likes of, I think Todd flew up the order, didn't he? But I think at the end of the day, then we do want a fair competition, don't we? So it's a big It was a big shame, wasn't it? As young like saying, time to see Emerson destroy the grid. Let's go then. Of course, Emerson. I'm not sure if was he driving the car when he got from line. I don't think he was. There was a red X next to his name there, which was a big shame, wasn't it? Young like saying the voice of the admin Farf. Yes, admin. Yes, Farf knows exactly what's going on, which is more than can be said for me. Then Jonathan also confirming there that he was fifth. Yeah, Jonathan had a fantastic start, didn't he? Really navigated his way through there. I think the biggest move though was definitely, of course, VTOL as well. We're just waiting for a couple more drivers then to jump in their cars, and we'll be getting going once again then as well. So I gotta say, well, another bit of a force storm here in Bahrain, but don't worry about that, guys. We have a lot of sandstorms here, don't we? Normally, I think that was a big worry about that when we first came here in 2004. Was the sandstorms, wasn't it? And very concerned. And it's the same with the old with Singapore as well, isn't it? Where they was really concerned about having the absolute with the deluge, wasn't it, of rain. As I've also just a news flash. Man City are now 2-0 up against Crystal Palace. Good stuff indeed. Then, but it was like in Singapore, they was very nervous about rain, wasn't they, in the night race and how that was going to impede the visibility and stuff. But no such worries, was there? I don't think the first ever wet race we had in Singapore was like 10 years later. Wasn't it, back in 2017? Unfortunately, Vettel and Ferrari fans know that one all too well, don't they? As unfortunately, Ferrari, Raikkonen, Vettel, and Verstappen all came to blows, didn't they, going down into Turn 1? And basically, Hamilton's very difficult weekend. I remember it very well. It was a very difficult weekend for the Mercedes team, and he, of course, catapulted up into the race win, didn't he? Where Ricciardo was second in the end, wasn't he? Excuse me. Serious mushroom, it will rain now. Yes, of course, there it only rains 12 days a year in Bahrain, doesn't it? So I'll be surprised if it still rains around here, but I was quite surprised when it rained in Abu Dhabi back in Silver's final race of the season then. Gurman saying don't say that. Of course, Gurman probably still has a couple of nightmares about that Abu Dhabi race, but in the end of the day, it all came good for the silver champion, of course, and he won the championship, didn't he? But he was controlling that race, wasn't he, until he got his rear wheel on the white line. It spun him off at turn 17, I think it was. No, I think it was turn 18 actually, wasn't it? And he went into the arm color and completely damaged his car then. Milan there is also a bit disappointed as well, as he is very disappointed about that, as he got a good launch as well, didn't he? Out of and so I thought he's got to repeat that, unfortunately. It's very difficult. I think the start is quite important in Formula 1, isn't it? It's not as important as it used to be. If anyone remembers before the DRS there, the start was probably the most crucial part of the race, wasn't it? And really they're getting amped up. And John Stones just made it 3-0 as well, as I quickly throw that to one side. Gamer saying, do not talk about Abu Dhabi. I still got some nightmares about that. German, you just took Jesus. God's mad at you. It was brutal smash there. Unfortunately, Gamer. I think that's the only like red mark on Gamer's report, isn't it? Really, in the last 3 races that he's raced in ALR, he won in Brazil and he won in Australia. Absolutely incredible performance there from Gamer. Unfortunately, Abu Dhabi there just didn't go well at all. So in the last 3 dry races, I think Gamer's been on the podium, hasn't he? Fantastic stuff indeed then. Right, the session is on then. Let me make sure I'm in spectator. I am in spectator. Let's get ready for a race and take 2 then here in Bahrain in a slight delay. Hopefully that doesn't deter anyone too much, and I hope that you enjoy the race nonetheless. I'm going to have to put my old coffee there back on the boiler then. Right then, as the countdown is ticking on, then we're going to get back to the start then of the Bahrain Grand Prix round 2 of season 5 of ALR. I can't believe I'm saying season 5. And this year, coming up to the nearly 2 years, has just flown by for me. It's a lovely shot here of the start line. That is the drivers, what they're going to be facing going down turn 1, but the opposite way around. You can see then there is the second DRS zone around this circuit as well. It's incredible, isn't it, this circuit is? Look at that. Absolutely beautiful stuff indeed then. I got to say, when we first raced here, I wasn't really a big fan of Bahrain. I think 2005 was a really good race at Bahrain. Absolutely love that. It's so hot, wasn't it? 2010 is not a very good race at all, was it? Because they used the endurance layout, didn't they? Where I think the lap times just went up to like the 50-minute mark, didn't they? 1 minute and 50 seconds it took to complete a lap. It was a very long old track. Goodness gracious me there. And yes, it's very enduring as well. Probably one of the most boringest races of the season that one was, wasn't it? Farfer saying we're going then. Young Likes, let's go then. Good luck, Farfer from Young Likes. Serious Russian, good luck, everyone. Gamer, Emerson 1, Milan 2, German 3. Good stuff indeed there. Young Likes saying season 5 sounds mad. Soon we'll be here in season 12, Sean. Oh, goodness me, don't say that. That means the big commentator for another. Hang on. 3 years? I don't know. Oh goodness me, if I am commentating here another 3 years, then goodness me, I must be doing something right. Right then, here we go then. As the racers are now then in the park firm condition. They're just trying to get the strategy, the setups working again, and anyone who's in the top 10 must start in the tires which they set the fastest time, and possibly even I don't really know this rule. I'm sure that people that, because they started the race anyway, I'm sure they have to be on the same tires anyway, if I'm not very much mistaken. I probably should have read the rule book, but there you go. As I said, I've been doing this shtick now for almost 2 years. You would think that I would know the rule, but by now, but never mind. There we go. I don't even know my own national insurance number or anything like that either, and I've had that since the beginning. Well, Equals has joined, so Equals, and we're going to be up to 19 drivers then. So Equals there, really joining quite late then. Is he going to be able to get in the car then? Because that is quite late on in the session. I can't see him in a car, so Equals there might have tried to try and throw into the car then. So it's just watching that. Serious was saying, don't forget setup guys there as well. So Equals is come and gone, unfortunately, a twinkling of an eye. Everyone, I think, is on the same tires. Good stuff indeed then. Gamer saying, if Sean is still here in 3 years, he will have raced in gold. He will race in gold and win the championship. I gotta say, I don't think I'll ever race in gold then, and I don't think I'll ever win a championship. Right, 29 laps around here. Let's just go through the grid once again. And Emerson there is on pole position, his 13th pole position of his career as well. If you're experiencing deja vu, don't worry, so am I. Walker is alongside him on row 1. Milano had a terrific start in the first race start. Is going to have to try and do it again from further on the grid. German, the silver world champion, is 4th. He's on pole position last season here. Don't think he had a very good race, so did he? 5th position was Injured Jesus. He is on the soft tires along with Paynes there. That's all soft, row 3. Murphy on the medium tires at 7th, and he wasn't in control of the car, but he did spin around. Car Boy in 8th position, also on soft tires with Diego and Billet, 9th and 10. My star of the qualifying performance there from Billet, fantastic. Jonathan, the first of the hard runners, in 11th position. He's on pole position here in season 3. Knowlesy in 12th position. He currently leads the world championship then, and currently leads the world championship. He's going to have to do a lot to stay there. Liam Yen 13th position on the hard tires. Farf in 14th on the hard tires. Well, Mr. Lee in 15th on the mediums. Vital had a great start last time out. Gunnar in 17th, and 18th is Doji in the Ferrari as well. If I'm saying that right, which I'm not. Remember, it's like basically it's like me. It's like teaching old dog new tricks. So as much as saying that I will not with that attitude, children. Then laugh out loud. Then I got to say the only thing I do is of course cause absolute destruction wherever I go, in a car, behind the wheel, or even playing tennis or any kind of that stuff. Right then. Becca saying, I was going to say that. Have some confidence, Sean, then, as Vito has been disqualified from the session now. Now then, Walker, as Emerson now is just lighted up on the grid as well. Then, right then, here we go. Then, take 2 of Bahrain, and this is going to be very crucial indeed. Then for the championship, albeit we're only on round 2, but Emerson is 7 points behind Knowlesy. Knowlesy is going to have a hell of a race set to keep his championship intact. Then, but he's a very good race car, isn't he? Well, he's not a race car, he's a very good racing driver rather than race car. So just waiting for those lights as well. There is the back of the grid, then there's the Florida, there is Walker alongside him on row 1. Lovely shot of Milan as well. There are the lights then. Here we go then, and we are about to get racing here in Bahrain. 5 lights are on, away we go, and Emerson gets away nice then, and so does Walker as well. We've already got the McLarens are flying once again then, and look at this, Walker's going to sneak on the inside. He's on the inside, but Emerson has the high line as they're going side by side. Walker contact slightly, and Walker's hurt himself there, and both McLarens that came to blows in Australia, but Emerson just about leads, and there's a racing point off, and that's Mr. Lee is off in the background as well on the Ferrari. Milan there is dicing with Indian Jesus. Indian Jesus does have those soft compound tyres on, and Milan there repels the attack then with Indian Jesus in full position there. Carr in 5th, and Gurman's on the pole start. He's dropped down to 6th position there. Indian Jesus there has got by, and who is that? That's Carr up the inside of Milan then. Milan there, who had a decent start there, is throwing back there. His first start was amazing, his second start not too well. We've got yellow flags in the background there. Farfus points in the wrong way. Knowlesy is dropping down the order as well, and look at this, and it's very clustered in the middle part of the section here as well. There's Gurman there, who is trying to defend his position as well. We've got 3 abreast almost. We do have 3 abreast then, and Page is up the inside on those soft tires. He's flying Gurman. I thought he was gone then. There's a car. It's Walker. Walker is gone then. He is spun it out on the opening lap, and the Red Bull driver's got damage as well. Farfus is dropping down the order as well. Emerson leads, and goodness me then. Wow, what a start then to this race then. Emerson leads. India Jesus on a fantastic start. Oh my word, what is this? Free abreast then going into turn number 14, and who's gone wide? That's Gurman off the track. Gurman is off the track then, and he's coming back on as well then. Lap 1 completed then. Oh my word then, and there is getting all kinds of feisty over there, and it's like flying past as well. DRS is not able to ignore that message then as we come down into turn 1 as well. As a look at it, oh, contact then is Walker's retired from the race, and he's out already. Walker's got a 5-second penalty. Gurman has been spun around as well. Oh dear then, and Walker there on the opening lap, and that's a bit disappointing then to be out there. Of course, anything can happen in this race set, that is a big shame indeed that Farf is in the pits as well, and Emerson is in the moment. India Jesus second, then we got Milana in 3rd position, moment Carboy currently in a 4th position there. 5th position is Dan Murphy, 6th is Paynes, and Jonathan is up to 7th, fantastic. Diego in 8th position, Billet still in 9th position, great stuff. Liam 10th, and Knowlesy in 11th position, he's going up position there, and then it's all anarchy then. Gurman is going to have to come back through the field there. He was unlucky in Australia, and of course here tonight then he was and of course, I'm not sure if he lunged into turn 1 or what, but he was pivoted around there. He's down 12 positions there. Walker out of the race and already, and that's a big blow indeed. That as Simon just asked, is Far first? No, he isn't, not quite yet. As the table is trying to sort itself out, I believe. Gurman there is now going to have to be fighting an uphill battle, but he is on the medium tires nonetheless, and we're on board then with the silver world champion now then, and hopefully the table will sort itself out. It has now then. Walker out of the race, and from the get-go he spun it in turn 11 there and came in the pits there and retired. Wherever he had a issue with the car or the technical equipment there, I do not know, but Indian Jesus there is really putting the hammer down, isn't he, between himself and Emerson as well. DRS will now be enabled this time around then. Look at these 4 cars then. We got Gunnar, V-Todd and Mr. Lee and Gurman there, all Lionel Stern as well. We've also got Diego right underneath the rear wing of Jonathan as well. The biggest loser in the opening stage there is Gurman. He's down 11 positions there. 5 positions is Gunnar. Fantastic stuff indeed then. And oh goodness me then, that's an incredible start to this race, isn't it? It's just on board then, V-Todd, and looking at the inside front at the moment then. India Jesus there is not letting Emerson get away, is he? India Jesus at the moment now, looking very strong. He's got only alternative strategy, India Jesus. Jonathan's the highest runner on those hard tyres. We've got V-Todd then locking up the inside front then, really giving Gunnar a cause for concern I should say then. Gunnar on the medium tyres then, looking front. There's Knowles in the 11th position there, and Liam also on the hard tyres as well. Just on board then, and look at the background there. There is that V top then, who's no, then it's Mr. Elite, I should say then. As we're now then coming in to coming out to turn 11 now as well then, and just looked at Gurman there having I've got to say it was a messy opening lap there for Gurman, wasn't it? Unfortunately, let's see though if he can claw his way back up then to the promised land, to the podium or the points set. But Gurman there, of course, he had a difficult start to silver, didn't he, last season? He's of course, but then when he gets going, he is very much unstoppable at the moment. Now he is just having a couple of issues there, isn't he? As I look at Indian Jesus right underneath the gearbox now of Emerson there, but he was just not close enough, and we've got a couple of Dyson for position as well there, as V-Top in top position there. What about Gunnar and Gurman there, as once again, and look at this, as Gurman there just slapping the side pod there of Gunnar then, as then they're coming up the hill as well then. And as he's now flying into turn number 4 as well, then accelerating away. Gurman is that I gotta say, when these two are so close together on the track there, it's very difficult for me there, goodness me. And but can now Gurman get past Gunnar? And I thought Mr. Elite there was going to have a side down the inside, not quite yet. Farfa would be liking a safety car of some kind, but at the moment there he is down in 70 position there, hoping for a safety car, maybe in a not too late, maybe not too distant future there. This is one of the modern tracks, and so it's I did say in qualifying that you can get a safety car around here, but I think Australia was a higher percentage, wasn't it? It was very good racing in Australia at the moment there. Emerson has got a 6/10 of a second gap at this moment in time then, as now just accelerated up then into turn 12 as well. Gunnar there started harvesting. That is what the red light is flashing on the back of the Red Bull for, so he's doing a bit of harvesting now then. So Gurman does know, and it's Doiji is out of the race then, and he is spun now, and it's a virtual safety car. That's not what Farf wants, is it? But that is a virtual safety car, and unfortunately the Ferrari driver is out of the running. Into the pits comes Billet then, so he's the first of the drivers that come in the pits. Is this for a schedule of stop, or is there a problem with the Haas car then? As we're just looking for the Haas mechanics now then, and there they are then. They're going to throw on the medium tires. It is, oh no, he's got damage to the front nose cone, and look at this then. So the Haas mechanics are going toward it. Luckily the virtual safety car don't lose as much time, but both Haas cars, oh no, and Gurman is also queuing up as well. There's a little pull in there for the Haas team, and they're trying to get back in position as well. Luckily the virtual safety car is not going to hurt the Gurman too much there, but both Haas cars are coming in on exactly the same lap, and that is a really that is just a really just a nail in the coffin, almost the final nail in the coffin there for the Haas team at the moment there. Thank goodness me, it's I gotta say, it's very disappointed there. A very disappointing run so far for the Haas team, isn't it? Good gosh there. But of course, Haas have 2 points to their name so far. Of course, Echo, who was the super sub in Australia, got the 2 points, didn't it, for the Haas team? They should have got a lot more, but Gurman there had a bit has had a very much an unlucky start to his gold career, hasn't he? He is down in 15th for the moment, and he would, like Farf and Billet, would like to be getting some points there. Would like to be getting a safety car or a couple there. Equal saying a double stack there is geez, Gurman is having no like has also got Gamer saying sad for Gurman there. Young Light saying Gurman having a Russell race at Bahrain at the moment. He really is indeed, isn't he? But of course Russell there did have a very good comeback drive, so let's see what Gurman can do as well. We're on lap 6 already in this race then. Emerson there is just keeping Indian Jesus at bay at the moment. McLaren are second and third at the moment, and then they had a very disappointing race there in the last season championship. There were both Farshot and Jonathan there, 2 race winners there for the McLaren team. We was expecting quite big things from the 2 McLaren drivers last season. It just didn't materialise, did it? With neither driver getting a race win last season there, which is a big shame there. This season they have Indian Jesus there. He's quite new to ALR, isn't he? And he only has 1 points finished to his name, if I'm not very much mistaken there. So hopefully he can get a second one here tonight, but he is looking strong there, isn't he? And Milan there, who's been on pole position 3 times in his ALR career and should have won on a couple of occasions as well. Carboy just in the background as well in 4th position there. Murphy on a very strong drive in 5th at the moment. Good stuff indeed there. Paynes in a solid 6th there. Diego 7th. Jonathan 8th and the first of the hard runners. Then we have Liam as we got to Gurman, who's off the circuit there, and oh dear, and he's gone off in turn number I think it's turn number 3 there, and Gurman damaging the car as well. It's all going completely wrong for the silver champion, isn't it? I'm wondering there if it's frustration there as well. Gurman there is having a pretty difficult race, isn't he, to say the least as well. And I've got to say, it's very difficult to get your mindset back into it when you're having a difficult race. Oh, goodness me, I should know the amount of difficult races I've had. Unreal. And Serious Mushroom is asking then, will Jesus make way for Milan then as well? So Milan is actually quicker than Indian Jesus now, so I think that they switch a route, and Gurman's got a 3-second penalty as well then, as I think the frustration is really starting to show on the silver champion. What a shame there for Gurman. And look at this, this Indian Jesus is making way for Milan now. Good teamwork there for the McLaren team, fantastic stuff there. So yes, now the soft tires have started to lose their edge then. Indian Jesus was giving Emerson a bit of a squeeze, wasn't he, earlier on this race then, but the soft tires are finished, and that is the advantage on two very quick drivers there at the sharp end of the field there. Now it is Milan's turn to really see what he can do, and can he get after the world champion Emerson at the moment then. Emerson does have a lead there, advantage of over 1 second, which means he is out of the DRS window at the moment, isn't he? Now Indian Jesus there is going to be looking over his shoulder there, because Cardboy is within DRS range as well. They're starting to spread out quite nicely now, but Knowlesy and V Todd are very close company at the moment. Here is Knowlesy, and he is in 10th position. And Knowlesy is, remember, he is leading the world championship at this moment in time, but as it stands, Emerson will reclaim that lead. And yes, but there's a very long way to go then. Knowlesy is on the hard tires, he's on the alternative strategy, or the alternative strategy, because I don't think we've seen any hard tires at all in Australia, or not many drivers that benefit from the hard tire compound for the hard tire strategy. And Gurman's in the pits, and he's on the soft tires now then. Gurman is then, as he is almost going to be lapped as well, and which just really compels his very difficult second race here in Silver as well. And Serious wants to say we've all missed out on Carboy. By the way, he is fast as fast as a hiccup. It's quicker as a hiccup, quicker than a hiccup. Well, he currently is at the moment now, isn't he? As he is in a 4th position. Carboy, remember, he have crossed the line first in Australia, albeit his safety car restart was deemed to be illegal, wasn't it? As he has to wait until the start-finish line, doesn't he, before overtaking? And I think Codemaster let get away with it. So to a certain degree, I've done the same as well in my past life as a driver. So yeah, perhaps. So I can't really condemn him too much about that, because really that but as I think as the saying goes then, do as I say, not as I do then. So if anyone's ever had the horror of watching me race, said yes, do not never ever do anything I do on the track, goodness me. So I'm just watching then Knowlesy then in turn 10 at the moment, so he is at the moment at the start of the show. Knowlesy is, as he's getting a lot of airtime in these last lap or two then. So let's take stock then. Emerson is leading now by 1.3 seconds on the medium tires, then Milan is second, also on the medium as well. In terms of strategy and things like that, because we haven't had a safety car yet around here, which I got to say is very impressive indeed. Oh my goodness me, and just as I say that, we've got some issues there. As Payne's recovering back on the circuit then. He has lost it at turn number 12 there. And that is a big shame indeed. I wonder if Payne's has got some issues there with those soft tyres. And that is really spinning around as well then. And oh dear, then that's not good at all then. Into the pits there. Jonathan has got a 3-second penalty. Looks like he ran wide. Into the pits comes the first of the front runners. Indian Jesus in the pits there. He's going to change onto the medium tyres now then. I think that might be a 2-stop strategy. Let's see how far those medium tyres could go then. I'm going to say then that I was going to say that it might be actually a one-stopper then, some soft to from soft to medium perhaps, but then again my strategy calls are absolutely appalling. So Payne's there, he's got so much, he's so quick, isn't he? He's gone soft again, Payne's as then, so he is going for a very quick second stint here, which is very I think that actually might be a very shrewd call there, because he does have clear traffic. Well, just I say that, Billet has just gone past him then, so he will have a clear track then if he can get past Billet as quickly as possible. But of course, that's just going to hold him up slightly more, isn't it? Becca is saying, and well, congratulations to Emerson for winning the race. Emerson, this time of his career, there is absolutely magnificent, isn't he? I got to say, he is pretty impressive to say the least. Said Emerson is, but of course, unfortunately, I think the drivers have really just got to catch up, really, haven't they? It's very much similar to the Schumacher and Hamilton era, isn't it? Where one driver or team is doing better than the other so far, and I think that is the combination here right now. Emerson's retained with the Renault team after the random draw at the beginning of the season there, and it's familiar surroundings there. He's just going to take just basically going to continue from where he left off, and Gurman set the fast lap of the race out. He's going for 2 fast laps in his 2 opening races, and so good stuff indeed there. As Equal saying, oh no, Payne's there, he's still got his wings, so Payne's needs to let his tyres cool as well. As Equal saying he's going for a two-stopper. Payne's got a penalty as well, and unfortunately, then as we just trying to, I think as the commenters was just trying to get him G'd up then. Milan is second at the moment, then in with Cardboy is third, then the softy. Only two runners on the softy rank on the pitch. There's Diego in a very fantastic fifth position. Absolutely stupendous stuff there from Diego. Really good stuff. His strongest performance in ALR to date so far, and Cardboy as well, who is in a third position then. So good stuff indeed there. Gamer saying that currently Milan cannot close the gap at the moment. There's 2.3 seconds at the moment between Milan and Emerson. And Serious Russian saying Emerson is only winning because Ayrton is not in gold then. Of course, then we'd love to see both the Hiltons in gold there. Wouldn't it be very much keen to Schumacher, Ralph and Michael Schumacher, wouldn't it? Having two brothers in gold then. Of course, Ayrton, if he finishes in the top three, silver, then that dream can become a reality, can it? Just watching Cart then, who's just dropped down into fourth position there is Murphy, a very strong driver. He had a very good performance in Canada last season, didn't he? Murphy did there, and once again he's really enjoyed the Alfa Romeo, isn't he? He did a good job in Australia there. Driver today there, he started I think 18th on the grid there, moved up into sixth position there, and Alfa Romeo on a very strong start to the season. They really are indeed that. So Murphy now is going to sit out and see if he can get after it. Into the pits there comes one of the racing points there. It's Diego, who's had a great first stint then in the old racing point then, so he's coming in the pits out. Let's see what tires going on. Those are those white marked hard tires then for Diego then. So let's see what he can do then in car 19. He's coming out of the box now. Gunnar showing that he has got some pace there. He's in 10th position when he hasn't come in the pits either. Injuries there is also there, who's made a stop then. He's just coming up behind Gunnar as well. We've got Payne said, who is now coming out, who's now just coming up behind Diego then. That just shows how much Payne's lost there when he half spun it in turn number 12 then, unfortunately. But in 14th position there, far from 15th. German is in 16th position on there. He's having he's on a tough day out there, isn't he? Even with a safety car now, I think that Gunnar is German is going to need something extraordinary to happen there to get any points from here then. We got Serious Russian saying that Nolsey is going to be there and trust him. I definitely agree with that. Nolsey is definitely, he's one of those drivers there, isn't he? He's not he doesn't come out of the box lightly quick, does he? He just keeps coming at you there. I got to say, very similar to maybe an Alan Prost kind of driver, isn't he? The Professor, isn't he? He's a thinking man's driver. Nolsey is that. Indian Jesus to 10th position at the moment there. He's 2.4 seconds, 8 seconds behind Mr. Elite then. So Indian Jesus now has a bit of clear air then. And let's see, now Payne's as well, albeit Payne's doesn't, because he's now a second behind Diego, who has got on the hard tires rather. Into the pits, there comes Cartboy. So Cartboy is the last of the soft runners into the pits then, as we have got V-Top then, who is now really starting to give Nosey some cause for concern there. Nosey on the hard tires and V-Top on the medium tires. He's having a look at the inside then, and Nosey there just giving him enough room there, and V-Top is through and up into 6th position. Nosey dropping down into 7th then. We've also got Gunnar then, who's just dropped down past Injury as well. Cardboy coming out of the pit, so he's going to get in front of Diego. Indeed he does. So Cardboy on the medium tires said, let's see how far those medium tires can go as well. And Becca Jones saying yes, he is in just reference to Serious Russian there, saying that how much Knowles's race pace is pretty intense indeed there, isn't he? As Serious Russian saying his race pace is impressive, no doubt there. Young Light saying then that Knowlesy is always there. He's a true underdog there. Of course, there I think it's very difficult to class Knowlesy as an underdog, is it? But having said that, he won his first ALR Grand Prix only last week, didn't he? Which I find that's absolutely astounding. Remember, he was so close in the two Austrian Grand Prix before rain really curtailed that, didn't it? Really put a dampener on his celebrations there. And remember, probably in Canada as well. If Canada was a couple more laps longer in that wet race in season 2 there, I think that he did have the pace over Emerson on that day in history there, as Nolte was definitely keeping the intermediate tires very much more under control than what Emerson was. But Emerson there, of course, got the win in the end as well. And also Monaco, Nolte is also a specialist as well then. But we'll see how this race pans out nonetheless. But yes, I do agree with you, Young Light, as well. Carboy will go to the end there from a Gamer then. Yes, so Carboy will go to the end, and at the moment he is looking at a very strong candidate at the moment. He's down in that position there. Just watching Milana come out of the pits, and he is just dropped behind his teammate there. We've just seen Indian Jesus getting past Mr. Elite as well as Milan there on those hard tires now until the end of the race then. This is going to get very interesting, I feel, then, because I think there's a couple of different strategies out there at the moment. then. So what's Emerson going to do? So Emerson at the moment is on 12 rapid medium tires there. Is he going to come in the pits there in front of hard tires, or is he going to go onto the soft tires? I think that he might go on the hard tires in the race, but I have no earthly idea. Paint is on the soft tire then, but he's definitely going for a two-stop strategy because, of course, in Formula 1, you must go on two types of compounds of tires. What do I mean by that, I hear you ask? Of course, if you must have two different colour types of tires, and so we're on board then with VTOL. He's on the medium tires, and he isn't allowed to put those medium tires on again. Well, he is allowed to put the medium tires on again, but if he does, he must stop one extra time and put on a set of soft or hard tires. Either red tires or the white tires. And as Jonathan's got a 3-second penalty, I mentioned that earlier on. Not many penalties up there at the moment. Gurman's got a penalty, and so is Paynes as well. And as we're on board down with VTOL as well, as Sirius was saying, still not paid attention to the race. Damn you, Bear! Damn you, Beer! Then as Murphy's in the pits, he's on the hard tires as well, and so is Emerson in the pits as well. And whilst I'm speaking absolute waffle, then so Emerson there in the pits, and he's thrown on the set of hard tires, then, and that should take him to the end of the race. Injured Jesus there is very much within his pit window. He's on this medium tire set. Injured Jesus is said, so I feel that Injured Jesus there is going for more of an attacker strategy, and this could potentially help the McLaren team, because I feel the McLaren team are doing a very good job in terms of teamwork, aren't they? And I'm wondering if Injured Jesus has the pace there to cruise up to the back of Emerson and potentially overtake him. And that might help Milan there reel in the gap. Then we'll find out though, because there's a long way to go in this race still. We haven't even got to half distance yet here in Bahrain. And Gamer says, if you are good with managing your tyres, you can go lap 17 to soft tyres. Yes, I was thinking that as well, perhaps, then, and I'm wondering if that's what Jonathan and Liam are going to do, and maybe even V Todd and Knowlesy as well. I feel that the hard tyres are definitely the hard tyre runners who started are going to definitely be doing that. That is maybe that is a fact then. Just on board there, Video G as well. And back with Knowlesy at the moment. So Liam, yeah, is currently in second position mode. And of course, remember, got his first podium of his career last time out, didn't he? Of course, not his career in ALR. He's had a couple of podiums before in silver. His first podium in gold, wasn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed there. Jonathan is in this race at the moment. Milan has got past, so Injured Jesus said maybe he hasn't got the pace to get after Emerson then. So let's see what he can do then. V Todd is in the pits then on lap 15 then. The Alpha Romeo mechanics are out in the pits and they've serviced Murphy. Now it is time for V Todd's turn, and they're both on the same strategy, coming in the pits and throwing on those hard tires as well, and he should be back out in a jiffy then. Good. I'm absolutely amazed by the quick of by how quick these strategy these pit stops done. And Diego Moon back up to the 10th position as well. They're having a strong race there, just really underlined there. Billet in 12th position there. Billet having his best performance, I feel, in ALR to date, and fantastic stuff from Billet. Really good stuff indeed then. And just watching a Flash of Guna there, who's half a minute behind Favre still. So the hard runners then, as from the start then, is Jonathan, Liam and Knowlesy. They have all not come in the pit yet then, because they're going to be on the soft tires then at the end of this race as well then. But Knowlesy there is Diego is left for session. That's not good then for Diego. He needs to get back in pronto if he wants to, because that is going to really cost him time. And just as I was saying how good Diego's been doing, he was going to the end then on those hard tires. What a shame there. What a shame then indeed then for Diego then, and as just on board then with Knowlesy once again, and he has really been following Liam yet. And there is the world champion, it's Emerson in the background there, just 2.5 seconds back at the moment there from Knowlesy. And of course Emerson is not coming in the pits again then. I've just seen a comment saying do not count, never count out Dan there for Serious Mushroom and Young Lights, as we got Knowlesy then, who is catching, gaining, but he's not quick enough then down the straight. And you can see that the aerial cam in the pit then, I love that aerial cam by the way. It's absolutely brilliant. It really generates some moody old shots there, doesn't it? Knowlesy then, it was they're dropping. Jonathan's dropping these two drivers now. It's up to 4.3 seconds. So Jonathan's got some pace there on the hard tires at this stage of proceedings. So good stuff indeed there from Jonathan there. He's been minding his own business then, as Gurman there, who's got. I think he's frustrated there, Gurman is, and I gotta say I do feel for Gurman, the silver world champion, and what a shame then, isn't it, for Gurman there? Once again shown he's got good pace in qualifying. He's just got a bit. He's just been very unlucky in the race trim, hasn't he, for Gurman? But he's 16th at the moment now, and I think even with a safety car, he hasn't been lapped now. So I think a safety car at this stage of proceedings for Gurman would be absolutely splendid, won't it? So so maybe that's what. I don't think Diego's come back in the session now, so Billet is now into 11th position now. Vitod is up into 10th then, and Vitod, once again, he's such a good points collector, isn't he? Vitod is, and that Alpha Romeo team is going to be a formidable, formidable team in the constructors for joint, and also for the constructors of gold as well. Of course, the joint constructors, the brainchild of Dan, of course. Good idea indeed then for Dan, and really helping out the, really giving the a new dimension now to teamwork, isn't it? And Emerson there is just in the foreground as well then. So these guys are going to be stretching out, but just as I say that, into the pits comes Liam. So Liam in the pits then, and I feel that it's not too early. It's going to be 12 laps on those soft tires. He's going to be stretching it if he is going on the soft tires, of course, then, or maybe he's going to go on the medium. He's on the medium tires there, Liam has said. I think that Knowlesy and Jonathan are going to be trying to get onto those soft tires at the end then. And now then, here comes Emerson then. Emerson there is alongside Knowlesy then. Knowlesy there is a defending, but not defending too hard there, because they're on completely different strategies, albeit they are very close in the World Championship. 7 points separates these two at the moment now. Liam coming out of the pits there. Paynes is also in the, I think Paynes is in the pits as well, isn't he? He is indeed, and so Paynes there is had to come in there on the medium tires there. Let's see if we can get some points from now, and then Diego is still ghosted in the moment. What a shame for Diego. He can't get back in his car, but even if he does get back in his car at this point, I feel that the damage has been done, which is a big blow indeed, isn't it? Carboy is really giving Murphy some cause for concern at the moment, but Carboy is on the medium tire side. Similar strategy, I think, to Indian G's at the moment. I think these two will be coming back in the pits again, but I think they're going to be going on the soft tires until the end of the race, perhaps. Maybe they might even stay on the medium tires. It just shows how it just shows how much I am out of touch there with the old strategy call as well. Then, so just with the old strategy then as well. So we're on board as well then, as now then we're coming down the back straight as well. Let's see what Carboy could do then. Paynes has just got past Gunnar. There he is, and Gunnar dropping down the order then, but he's trying to get back under the slipstream as well. And now then they accelerate back up the hill as well. Carboy is 3 tenths of a second, 2 tenths of a second, 1 tenth of a second, and he gets past Murphy now as well. Both McLarens are very close. As Milan had some issues then. I think he has, and Gurman's got a 3-second penalty as well, but Murphy has dropped down into 7th position. That Carboy is on his way. Indian Jesus there. Maybe has Milan had issues then? I'm not sure. And just on board now as well as it's Indian Jesus. He is just taking a look at the old comments as well then. And it's serious Diego saying then he's disconnected then. Is he allowed to rejoin? Well, that was definitely a rule last season, wasn't it, when it really caused issues for some of the races, which was such a shame, wasn't it? I think if you got an invite, then come back on in. We want you in here, Diego. Unfortunately, though, I feel that the damage has been done for you, my good man, which is such a shame, because you was on course with some major points for the racing point team. You was having an absolutely magnificent race, and unfortunately the damage has been done unless the safety car comes out. But if anyone could but I think that if no one can send him an invite, then it might be very difficult for you to get back in, Diego. What a shame now for Diego. Of course, Emerson's had issues like that in the past. Well, remember in the start of his campaign last season, that's all he had was a lot of disconnects, wasn't he? Emerson did. On board then with Liam into the pits. There comes Jonathan there on lap 19. That is smack bang on the lap where I think where you guys was discussing it as well. I can't remember who said it, but so apologies there. I really should really pay more attention to shouldn't I? But yes, Jonathan is in the pits and he's on the soft tires now, so he is going to be lightning in the bottle now to the end of this race. Let's see what he can do. Is he going to get out in front of Vitod? That is his first task. Renault done a good job of turning the British Italian driver around then. He has indeed that. He's got a 3-second penalty as well. Vitod is straight is just not long enough there for Liam. Yeah, he was catching, but unfortunately that wasn't long enough, was it, the straight? So Liam there is going to have another go. But I think Vitod has got quite a quick car, hasn't he? That Ferrari engine is not short on power on this game anyway. And there could be Becca saying there could be a double Renault podium here then. 10 laps on softs as well there from Gordo. Great stuff indeed. And yes, so 10 laps there. Nosey is staying out still as well. Lock up there from Vitod as well. Of course, we've only had 2 retirements in this race as well. Hats off to Farf and Gurman there from not really throwing the towel in. I wish I could say the same, but I'm a really bad loser, but that's why. You would think I'll be used to it by now, because of the fact I'm usually in the wall more often than not. We got I sound like I've got real bad I've think we got something started. Got a frog in my throat now. We got VTOD and his Cardboy's got a 3-second penalty. That is going to be costly, I feel, in the next stage of this race as well. Milan there is very close to the back of Nosey. Is Nosey going to peel off into the pit set? He doesn't. He is staying out for another run then, so he doesn't feel that the laps on those soft tires. He needs an extra lap, I feel then. And Nosey does that to really make the impact then, and he is now meeting the McLaren sandwich then. And we got Injured Jesus there right behind that nose as well. Murphy is back past Carboy then, and look at this, Murphy's sending it quite nicely then, but he's trying to go up and under then, and look at this, Murphy there is just getting a squeeze then, but Carboy is still through then, and he also has the DRS as well, but Murphy there is using the slipstream then. It's quite powerful. Is he got enough? Not quite then. Carboy has the high ground then, and but he's gone wide then, he's gone onto the wrong track there, he's gone onto the outer layer, but doing a great battle indeed. And Billet there is having a great battle with Mr. Elite, isn't he? Great stuff indeed there. This is the battle for the final point. Oh, it's Mr. Elite there. It's just given Billet a bit of a rear end in there. And Billet has done 14 laps on these tyres. Mr. Elite has only done 5 laps on the hard tyres. But Billet then has the high ground moment. Great join there from Billet. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Yeah, Liam, is still behind VTOD. Then VTOD doing a great job in terms of his defensive prowess set as well. Emerson has a 6-second advantage at the moment over Milan then. Farf is at the fast lap of the race as well, as this race is starting to really heat up then, as Billet is starting to defend. He's fighting for all he's worth, and Paint is also in the background as well. Oh goodness me, absolutely great stuff indeed then. And we've now got a train behind Billet then, but Billet then of course he can fight as much as he wants here, because this is for the final point then. And of course at home there, Haas has only got 2 points at courtesy of the super sub last week, which is Echo, but Mr. Elite alongside there passes Billet, and he is through then. Nosey is come into the pits now then, and he's now going to throw on the soft tires to the end of this race as well. Is Jonathan there going a lap early? We'll find out then, as this is a very... Farf is out of the race, and it's a big smash there for Farf there, and it's turn 2. I think that's where Energetics went off as well. And so then let's see, is this going to be a safety car? Farf's car is still there. We're going to just go on board with Emerson then as well. Where is he? Yes, he's a big smash there. Farf out of the race. No safety car then. We're continuing as we are then. So now we've got Murphy in 5th position at the moment, and Paines has also got past. Paines has got past Mr. Elite. Good stuff indeed there. And Billet there trying to go on the inside as well, but Mr. Elite has the ground then. Now Nosey is on those soft tyres then, so we've got a couple of qualifying laps then from Nosey, then the championship leader. Let's see what he can do and where he can go up to at the moment then. And as we're on board as well as Becca's given us some inside information now. I wish I read it earlier. Of course, there is, according to Nosey's stream then, he is pitting this lap then, as I've read that a lot too late. But yes, Nosey's in the pits and he's thrown on the set of soft tyres, and he is going to be quite a quick customer now, isn't he? Until the end of the race. Murphy and Carboy are absolutely ding-dong with a battle here. I really enjoyed it. Let's take a look at the penalty situation, shall we then? If I can ever find it. There we go. 3 seconds of penalty set up and down the field. Gurman has 6 seconds. Paint has a 3-second penalty, which is, as it stands, now elevate Mr. Elite back into the top 10. The 3-second penalty for Jonathan as well. That's not going to affect him at the moment, as Injured Jesus has come back in the pit set, so Injured Jesus is now going to be on the soft tire set to the end of the race set. He's also going to be quite rapid as well, and Carboy's been elevated up in the 3rd position as well, but Murphy could potentially be on the podium there. Good shout to you guys in the comments. Brilliant stuff indeed then. And let's see then, as VTOD then is just dropping off the back of Liam at this stage of proceedings, isn't it? So Injured Jesus that comes out the pits as well then. So this is the Injured Jesus' 2nd time then. He would have scored points as well, because he is still in 9th position at the moment. He's right behind Nosey. So this is going to get very interesting. It's going to be the quickest then on the soft tires then towards the end of this race. Bullet coming back in the pits as well. I feel that the medium runners are only doing the 16 laps or so, aren't they? So I think that the Carboy is going to be very close to the end then. It's going to be very low on tread then towards the end of this race, isn't it? Only 14 cars remain then. Gurman there is still in the race, and fantastic stuff indeed there. Serious Mushroom reckons that Dan's going to get the podium, but Becca reckons it's going to be Jonathan. Who knows who it's going to be, but Jonathan is very much a flying. He is firing on all cylinders at the moment. And on board once again then with Murphy then. He's 4/10 of a second away from Carboy. It's so close, isn't it? 4/10 of a second. Sounds like nothing, doesn't it? In the world of Formula 1, that's quite a big gap to make up then. But he is in DRS. There's a flash of yellow in the background. It's a very strong performance from both Renault drivers today then, which is exactly what the Renault drivers from Silver want. Both Troy and Becca are going to be absolutely delighted with this performance today from both Jonathan and Emerson then. And we've got Murphy then, who is now gaining on Carboy, as look at him come then. Here he comes then. Cardboy, is he going to be able to defend? I don't think he is then. He is through up the inside then. And away he goes then. Gordo is put a very valid comment there in the old comment section then. And Jonathan's tires may not be able to last to the end then. And that is very true indeed there. I've got to say, you guys are very diplomatic tonight. Absolutely lovely stuff there. Cardboy then going turn forward. And Murphy is now in third position there. And he is potentially on course for second then, because Milan has a 3-second penalty. So does Cardboy, and so does Jonathan as well then. So this is going to get very crucial in the later stages of the race as well. Good stuff there at the moment. And I've got to say, the first lap there was getting very dicey indeed then. Apart from that though, it's been very nice, hasn't it? Clean as a whistle indeed then. Equals saying Cardboy done 10 laps in the first stint then. Serious Mushroom, a shout out to Gunnar. He is still running at Gunnar. Is also in a very strong 12th position as well. I think he just enjoys gold, doesn't he? Look at that, locking up two at the front there from V-Top. They're stamping on that brake pedal. And I got to say, he's going to be, I hope he hasn't got any fillings there, V-Top, because they're going to be rattling, as Martin Brundle normally says, doesn't he? When you rattle those fillings and those teeth there, when you stamp on those brake pedals there, and goodness me, that was definitely looking at both fronts there. I think that I'm wondering if he's trying to put on the pressure as much as possible there, because he does have the pink racing point in the background. Another lock up there from B-Top then. He is really pushing on there, isn't he? Trying to get in front of Liam. Liam is on the softer compounder tyre, isn't he? We're on lap 24 out of 29 then. And we're on board once again. And look at that. Incredible how many times then he's locking up. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Equals saying it should be possible with less fuel. Good luck there. I think that's in terms of Jonathan's soft tyre run there. Yes, a very good insight there from Equals. And Becca saying, yeah, those medium tyres, but be dodgy at the end there with Cardboy. Yes, because Cardboy's on the medium tyres, isn't he? Now they're coming up the hill once again. And look at this. I think we're going to 4-car train, because Indian Jesus is very quick at the moment, isn't he? Look at him. DRS wide open, and he's going to run out straight then. But I think Knowles is now starting to feel the pinch, isn't he, of Indian Jesus. He is looking very strong tonight, Indian Jesus. Really impressive stuff from the McLaren driver, and I think both McLarens are going to be very happy with tonight's performance there. But of course, it's not all over yet, is it? And it's not all over yet, and I think that Milan might struggle to get on the podium at this stage. And as much as I was bigging up their chances a minute ago, those gaps there are coming down. That Cardboy is really being towed there by Murphy, isn't he? So potentially Milan might finish on the podium as well. We've also got Jonathan coming at him as well, and remember that they do have penalties, but of course if they get overtaken, then those penalties are going to be void, null and void though, aren't they? And what I mean by that, because if you're in front of them, then the penalties don't really matter, do they? And look at this, Nosey I think is also has realised about the McLaren behind him now, and has also started to really put the pace on as well. V Todd is going to be feeling Nosey's breath on his neck now, isn't he? Out of turn at 14 as well. Nosey there is very much right underneath the rear wing. He may not need DRS, but he's going to use it nonetheless. And albeit, well, I haven't said that. V Todd there, once again, he's so quick in a straight line. V Todd, he's absolutely impressive indeed. And we just had a flash of the old pit board there, didn't we? Good stuff indeed then. And going into turn one as well, as I think Notes just giving a bit of a nudge there as well. Hashtag Gunnar for ALR Hall of Fame there. Yes, indeed, Gunnar there. Of course, he made his debut here in season 1 of Bahrain, didn't he, Gunnar? That's how long he has been in ALR. Incredible, isn't it, Gunnar? I got to say, he's a veteran, isn't he? Becca Jones, come on, Becca saying, come on, Jonathan there, as he is really putting on the pressure as well. But I'm also keeping an eye on this battle as well. It's between Nosey, V Todd, and Liam yet, and V Todd once again stabbing on the brake pedal. Goodness me then. Equal saying Cart he's catching Cart faster. He is, isn't he? Cart there is 8/10 of a second now beyond Murphy, and Jonathan is less. And who's that? I think that's a that's another racing point there. It's one of the races. It's Diego then. It's Diego. I got very confused. Look at this. Nosey's on the inside. He passes V-Todd. V-Todd is still on the outside. He's got the inside. Not quite, because Nosey is through. He's having two 7 minutes there. Gets past V-Todd. Next target is sixth position. Liam in the Mercedes. I've also got Indian Jesus who's all over the back of him as well, and he's going down the inside then. And Indian Jesus said, "Oh, that's it though," because V-Todd there is not giving up there. He runs him out onto the curb then. Good performance there. V-Todd is up into, no, he isn't. It's Indian Jesus up into 9th. Wow. Oh, incredible stuff indeed then. So we got Serious Words saying these last few laps are going to be spicy, I think. They really are indeed then. Oh, goodness me, I keep thinking they're going to go into each other now. It's incredible these guys are breaking this. That just time after time. Jonathan Stephan half a second away at the moment then, as they are now doing a conga line coming down into the second sector there, which is the conga line is being Murphy at the moment there, but Murphy is now dropped back away from Milan then. So Milan then, it looks like he's also got a bit of turn speed in that McLaren there, and is trying to pull away then. They're on the second of the DRS straights as well, and here they are, and look at this then. So there is Murphy there, and this is Jonathan. So can Jonathan get on a podium then after an abysmal race in Australia? He loves this circuit, doesn't he? And he's really showing some performance here tonight, and look at these cars and incredible stuff. We have Murphy, Carboy, Jonathan, we have Liam, Nosey, Indian Jesus, and V Todd as well. It's a brilliant end to this incredible Bahrain Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff indeed then. Oh, amazing. As I'm getting a lot of flashes up about the Premier League then, so I have a feeling the Man City might be running riot there. Oh my goodness me then, this Indian Jesus just knocked Nosey in the rear slightly there. So I don't think that should affect him too much then. Down the back straight, Jonathan there, looks like that the car is not slippery enough and he's running out of road, but he is gaining quickly. Indian Jesus is through on the outside, there's contact between Nosey and Indian Jesus there, and Indian Jesus there forced his way through. Jonathan didn't manage to get past Carboy then, and now then Indian Jesus there, looks like he forced his way through this, getting very close to the back of each other. Nosey pulls out from underneath the rear wing of McLaren there, of Indian Jesus. He's up the inside, then is he back through? He is back through. This is getting very hair and scare. Look at this, and it's wheel to wheel. They're so close there. It's a whisker, it's a paperclip between those two. And then Nosey is back through in the second position at the moment there. Indian Jesus weaving this way and that way. Unfortunately, they're costing themselves time over Liam Yeddo. If they wants to get past, and Liam Yeddo's going to be smiling from ear to ear. And they German set the fast lap race, and he's still going for 2 for 2, isn't he, in terms of fastest laps at the moment now. Oh gosh, said. And coming down the back straight once again, and Jonathan once again just hasn't got the pace, has he? Nosey then, can he now start to focus on Liam? Yeah, he needs to get past quickly as possible, doesn't he? Nosey there getting a bit squirrely on the old loud pedal there, wasn't he? That straight is just not long enough at the moment for Nosey, so he'll be having to wait going down into turn 1. Hans said that turn 14 and 15 last time out for Indian Jesus there really helped him out, didn't it? We see the flash of an Alfa Romeo in the background there, as it is getting very close there as well now. Now here comes Carboy and Jonathan. These two got penalties, but both of them have the same amount of penalties as they come across the line. On board Jonathan, this is looking much healthier as well then. Now we've got 1 lap to go. My goodness me, Carboy and Jonathan getting very rowdy on the back straight. And now up the inside there. Oh, and Jonathan there turns in there. I'm not sure, I think one of Carboy's in too deep, or if Jonathan turned in early. I'll let you guys be the judge of that one then. Nosey is up into 7th position there. No, he had his 6th. Oh my goodness me, that's, oh wow. And Nosey is through up into 6th position now. Indian Jesus ain't for the moment, but he wants to get past Liam as quickly as possible as well. Look at these cars and incredible stuff as we go up into turn number 4. It is 4. And Nosey is through. Fantastic. Gurman's got a 3-second penalty as well, and he's up to 9 now, isn't he? And goodness me. So as we're just back on board with Indian Jesus at the moment. So Jonathan now has a second deficit between himself and Murphy. And with just a couple laps to go there. Look at how close Murphy is to the to getting past Milan, and Milan has a 3-second penalty. It's a 10 for a second there. He's jumping up and down there, is there, between those two drivers there. Nosey is up into a very strong 6th position there. Indian Jesus, can he get past Liam as well, as we're down the short back straight as well. 9.4 seconds. Emerson is walking away from this one now, but it's all anarchy behind him at the moment. Brilliant indeed then. On the final lap then, Emerson there is controlled this race, hasn't he, after a false dawn to begin with. Oh goodness me. So now then we're out of turn 13, I think it is. So Emerson on the final up then. So Milan is second then. Free's got 2/10 of a second gap between himself and Murphy. Jonathan is now now in 4th position. Good stuff indeed there. Carboy is 5th. Nosey in a strong 6th position there. Liam and Indian Jesus are still battling for 7th, 8th, and V Todd there. You cannot discount V Todd even as they fly past me. And Indian Jesus there is stuff now. Nosey is still in the facility as well. And goodness me then. And now Indian Jesus trying to go up the inside. That he's getting a very, very rowdy, isn't he, in that McLaren? He wants to get up in his 7th position as well. Look at this, there's another DRS as well. Oh my word, he's always got to leave the space then. Indian Jesus is now up into, he's still in 7th position then, so is Indian Jesus going to go on the outside? Not quite then. And, well, Liam at the moment are still 7th, Indian Jesus still 8th in a nutshell. That was good. We enjoyed that one. So, and I don't, I think that this has been a great race, hasn't it? I've really enjoyed this one. No safety cars here tonight either. Brilliant stuff indeed. Well, this man, I got to say, I haven't seen much of Emerson at all. Then absolutely stupendous stuff there from the world champion, and Emerson is going to win his second Grand Prix of his his first Grand Prix of the season, I should say that. But this will be his 19th Grand Prix win the season. Emerson wins the Bahrain Grand Prix for the first time on his career. Fantastic stuff there from Emerson. Good stuff indeed. Milan is going to finish in a very strong second, but that's his best performance in ALR. Murphy is going to be in third. I think indeed he is. V-Todd, Indian Jesus dropped down the order. Then V-Todd is just going to be the seventh position. Fantastic stuff indeed. Great. I don't know what happened there between I wonder if Indian Jesus and Liam came to blows there towards the end. But this is Nosey 6th. V-Todd is in 7th. And Liam 8th. Indian Jesus in 9th. Payne's there. Has he got a and just say, look, Payne's has got a 3-second penalty, but he is out of the window of Mr. Elite then. So Payne's is going to get the final point then here in Bahrain. Good stuff indeed there from Payne's. Mr. Elite and then for Gunnar in a very strong 12th finish there. Good stuff indeed there. Billet will be in 13th finish there, but I think he's had a very strong driver. But as I said, he's the last of the cars not to run there. Hats off to Gurman there, because I think that Gurman there he's got fast up there, and he probably would have if I was Gurman, I would have left a long time ago then. So good stuff indeed. That actually shows how much of a racer Gurman is. Good stuff then indeed then. And Eric was saying, nice one, Liam, doing Mercedes proud. Then Jonathan, GG guys, GG on the podium as well there for equals. And Serge was saying, and Gio said it'd be a boring race. Kick him. So there we go then. Serge was saying, well then guys, I woke the kids up shouting, thanks. Right then, so Emerson is out there. He is celebrated there as well. Grace of the love the muscles as well. So then that's a brilliant podium then, and hats off to all those drivers that they've really deserved it nicely, didn't they? So that's Emerson's 19th Grand Prix win of his career. Absolutely mega stuff from absolutely mega stuff there from Emerson. Really impressive indeed. And that means he also takes the lead in the World Drivers' Championship as well. So then let's take a final look at the classification then from the Bahrain Grand Prix. Emerson there, his first Grand Prix win of his season, and his 19th win of his career. Almost in 20. Wow, impressive stuff. Milan in second position there. Best performance in ALR for Milan. Brilliant. Third position there was Dan Murphy. Jonathan finished fourth, and strong drive after a disappointing race in Australia. Carboy once again getting some points on the board. Nosey in 6th position. V. Todd is 7th. Liam 8th. Indian Jesus 9th. And Payne's in the top 10. Mr. Lee outside the points, and then for Gunnar, Billet, brilliant drive in 13th. And Gurman in 14th after a horror show. Retirements, Diego Farf, Duji and Farf Walker all retired then for this incredible Bahrain Grand Prix. It is indeed then. And well, before we go, I think I've got to talk to a couple of the drivers then, don't I? But before I do, let me make sure I turn me mic on, shall I? Yeah, it's absolutely great. It's been a great race, it really has indeed. Hang on, we'll go for me old there we go. And let's go then to Emerson now. We seem to have a lot of sound issues where we talk to Emerson. I think it's because he doesn't want to talk to me. Emerson, that was your 19th Grand Prix win of your career, and that's your first race win of the season as well. I've got to say, that looked very simple from the outside.
Yeah, it was a bit nervous at the beginning because I had Milan kind of catching me. I think it was about 1.2 at the closest point. But I kind of just managed my ERS quite well and made sure I had about 40-50% for the majority of the race. Yeah, just consistent laps and no safety cars, which I'd practiced for, because it's kind of not... It's odd with safety cars around here because you can get them, kind of can't. But we did have a few incidents where I thought it wasn't going to come out and I thought I was going to get a bit unlucky, but... Yeah, very kind of like the Manchester United Liverpool game. Very dull for me personally, but.
And did you with the two McLarens coming at you and like attack you at the beginning there? Was you concerned about Indian Jesus in Milan maybe doing some like old team foolery kind of thing there, with maybe Indian Jesus going on a different strategy and trying to get in front of you?
Yes, I was, but as soon as he first of all didn't get ahead of me at the beginning. That's something that I knew that he needed to do to make his strategy work, was to get a gap on me. And then also the fact that he went to mediums, I think, or did he try? He's two-stopped, didn't he? Yes. And the two-stops it's massively slower around this track. So yeah, I kind of knew that he wouldn't have been in the fight, and then towards the end of the first stint, I pulled, I think it was about a 3-second gap on Milan, which then I extended in the second stint and just kind of controlled it from there onwards.
Brilliant stuff indeed, then. And you take the lead in the championship for the first time this season. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed, Emerson. Well done. Lights the flag almost. Next is we got Milan, who's in second today. Then I got Milan. That was your best performance of your career in ALR today. You was absolutely on it from the word go today. Almost got pole position then, but today's race was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, of course. I spun in the volley last lap, and that was a bit unlucky, but the race overall was good. Emerson was just too quick.
Well, George, you sound a bit downbeat there. Do you think that maybe if you didn't have issues in qualifying, that you would have got your pole position today, which might have given you an advantage in the race?
Maybe I would have got a pole position, but I think Emerson will still want it because his pace is not normal, not human.
He's really not, but I think that it was great to see you. It's great to see you back on the podium here today, then, and I think your strongest drive in ALR. Are you hoping then that this is going to set up a strong season for you in McLaren?
Worse than the previous season. Yeah, that's not good. So I'll aim for some wins this season.
Great stuff indeed, and that's exactly what we want to hear in the comments and also in the comms box as well. Well done, Milan. Brilliant stuff indeed. And let's come to Murphy, who was third in the end then, and I think that once again there, Murphy, you seem to have a very good race pace as well, battling all the way up to third as well. It was yo-yoing between yourself and Milan because Milan had that 3-second penalty towards the end. Did you feel that second was on the cards?
I felt like me and Milan were toying with each other, if I'm honest. Because the gap was going 2.7, 3.2. The gap that was the range of the gap literally the whole time we were second and third. So I don't know. It would have been nice to have got second, but third's third, and it's still a podium. So I'm happy with that.
Not only that, do you like Milan then? How are you set up for the season then? Because this is a very good performance from you as well. Your best performance in Canada last year. You aiming for wins this season?
I'm going to go back to qualifying last.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm going to make it. I'm going to start qualifying properly now in ALR Gold and try and make it a bit interesting, a bit more interesting, shall I say? Great
stuff indeed. Well done, Dan. And of course, you and Vitor doing very well for Alfa Romeo so far. Brilliant stuff, then. Right then, that's going to be it for Gold tonight. Then I hope you all enjoyed that. Then, goodness me, I certainly did. Then I've got a big old sweat patch now. Right then, tomorrow night is going to be silver. So of course, that's 7:30 UK time. The Gamer was absolutely incredible in Australia. Is he going to carry on that momentum going into Bahrain? See you tomorrow.